All right, and we are live. Okay. I don't know why that of all songs just suddenly. All right. Anyways, hello everybody. It is ya boy Koi. We're doing another kind of a let the people decide kind of stream. Basically, the first person to send a sizable donation can dictate what I do today, be it reactions, video game of any variety. Um, Hold on a sec. You know what? Let's see if they'd be cool being guests.
Right, don't worry about that. It felt so good. I was moaning the Halo theme song.
Hey guys.
We had to reschedule for next week.
What's up?
Okay, so
Not much. I'm just streaming. I was wondering if you two wanted to be guests.
we're playing with my friends.
I guess.
Sure.
If
not?
not, it's fine.
What you doing?
Having another letting the people decide. Like the first person to send a sizable donation will dictate what I stream. I didn't break my mattress, Soul Burner. It's just my current mattress is too firm for my back. I've been waking up exhausted and with sore back for weeks. I didn't say anything before because I thought I could just power through, but yeah, no, enough is enough. I need to get a new mattress.
You can only do so much for your body, Koi.
Yes, we've got the abridged Goku. We are guest starring the abridged Goku and his Zepanda Saiyan.
It is us. You can show the. Let me turn this down so it doesn't create an echo.
Okay, let me bit of a blurry image, but it'll have to do. Right. Hello there, Dominic, Alex Arts, Rias. Hello, Sillier Degree. What kind am I looking for? Haven't quite figured that out yet. Just but yeah, I'm guessing around 1,500 for a new good mattress. So, kind of doing some guesswork. My dad's actually coming up this week, so maybe me and him can go to Costco or something.
Let me switch up. Let me start to switch up.
Hey, Crossy. Yeah, we know Ford though. We're trying our best to cope and yeah.
Maybe don't bring it up so much.
Yeah. Let's see. So far, the top donators who have been contributing are... Oh, actually, hold on. I need to boot that up so it updates on my thingy. Hang on a second. Yeah. My dad and I actually might go see Wakanda Forever when he comes up. His favorite character actually is Namor, so I am curious to see how they do him in the movie.
Hello there.
Hello there, JMG. Hello, Cyber Blaster. We need to get you a higher res image, Panda. Yours is a little
Blur. There is a little bit of a blur there.
Hello, Caboose, Arzia Strand.
A performance worthy of repetition.
Let's see. Furious Broku, hi. What do you say about original story using character voice? Huh? I'm not entirely sure which.
He means making like a story of your own with the characters, like I did with my husband. Would you rather?
All right. Hey, Golden Bulls. Hey, Hermosa with the toasty.
Hit it again with the toasty.
Toasty. That reminds me, I need to add that other. What was that? Sounded like a fart or something.
Somebody moving too much on their bed.
What would I put on my pancake? Butter and syrup. What else?
What if it was just butter?
The female Saiyan on the right is Panda Saiyan. You can find her on. Do you do YouTube much, or are you more just on the Twitch side of things?
I'm a Twitcher.
Twitcher. Hello, Mandy the Bunny. Hello, oh wait, I already answered Modera's question. So yeah, at the moment, just kind of chilling. Until someone, I guess, makes a sizable dono. Yesterday, Golden Bulls and a Bridge were having a dono off. By the way, Bulls, a Bridge said he's all done donating, so then now's your time to strike if you want to one-up him. Get revenge for yesterday. Because the Bridge said he's all done donating to me, so if you want to one-up him now, now's your shot. I'm curious if she'll take that. Yeah, you should have seen it yesterday, Pen. Bridge and Golden Bulls were kind of having a dono off. Golden Bulls had to admit defeat yesterday, but I'm curious if she'll come back for her. Let's see, Golden Bull says, but I tried yesterday, though. So hard, man. He broke me. Well, hey, he's not doing anything today, so if you want your revenge, Golden Bulls, apparently now's the time. Yeah, I agree. Panda's avatar is pretty good, yeah.
That's what happens when you find a very good artist.
Aye.
Although the truth is, I found that picture and then I asked the artist for permission if I could use that picture. And she's been good. She's been my character's design ever since.
All right. Let's see. Snuck wants to know if he can join. Are you guys okay with that?
I'm cool with it.
What?
Oh, Snuck would like to join.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Can't go wrong with pizza.
It's a very common answer.
What's up, Furious Broku? Meanwhile, her Mas Samora is like boobies, and not just any boobies. It's best they're Saiyan boobies.
I,
Boobies.
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 Hashtag boobies.
Okay, he has to join, but then doesn't answer when we... Okay. All right, Golden Bull says, I'll pass this time. Let someone else post up. All right, if anyone wants to try to one-up Golden Bulls or a bridge, I'd honestly be impressed if anyone would. Hello there, Raviel. Hello, Blacku the Meminator. Tuh. Gamer Kid Goku with hashtag boots. I think you meant boobs.
You meant boobies. You mean the tatas. You mean the twins.
The gazungas.
The milk jugs.
The fun bags.
The candy treat. The gumballs.
The bazingas. Alrighty, let's see. You know what? Fuck it. The baby milkshake, says Spaghetti.
The baby milkshakes. That's a good one.
Points for creativity.
The book booms. The Saiyan mommy milkers.
Bruh. Oh, snap, it's a snuck.
It's a snook. The bunny milk jugs. The boom booms. They're still going.
Hello.
How are you, Mr. Snuckaba?
I'm pretty alright. It's like 12:56, and I can't sleep.
Okay, I was about to yell at you for not going to sleep, but if you can't sleep, I can sympathize.
The twin marshmelons.
I just got done playing Frontiers.
I've been hearing good things about it.
It's alright. It's alright.
I mean, for a Sonic game to even be good is something of a miracle nowadays.
Jesus Christ, Koi.
I need
Koi, I'm the one that's supposed to make fun of communities, not you, bro.
I do what I want.
I need to get back to that, actually, with Sonic Frontiers.
All right, let's see. Ah, shit! Are they not selling the Luke Skywalker and the Star Wars stuff anymore?
In Fortnite?
Yeah.
No, it's done. It was an event.
Fuck.
You could have asked me.
That's the thing, though. Whenever I ask for anyone for anything, I get yelled at for begging.
I get yelled at for begging as well, Koi. Don't worry about it.
A while ago? That was a few days ago.
Some events don't last long, Koi.
Yeah, clearly. Shit.
Don't worry about it, Koi. You'll get it next time.
It was only a week long.
Didn't think it'd be so short.
And I heard Yu-Gi-Oh! Events last longer than that. That's what she said. That actually flew over my head and went to the moon.
Sure, why not?
It's the Date Bios. Wait, am I saying that right? Date Bios, I think.
Hey, Abridge.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you want to play some Fortnite?
I'm down. I'm down for some fort.
Why not?
Aloha.
You know, if anyone wants me to play anything else, just $50 or more, and I'll do something else.
$50?
Well, it's got to be a sizable donation. I can't have someone just sending me $1 and then, okay, guys, I guess we're changing games.
A slice of cake.
Okay. How about $200,000?
Date Bayou.
Come on, that's a sizable donation.
Snuck, just stay in the corner.
I hate it here. All right, let me launch the thingy.
All right, just
While I launch the thingy. Yeah, Bridge. So remember the thing that we talked about?
hello, Serenity.
Oh, it's the cat.
Yeah. Well, one of those people hitting me up so I can test their damn chocolate.
Wait, what do you say?
So when are they sending me the shit so I can test their chocolate or whatever?
When they reply to my email, they still haven't. They take their sweet damn time replying to emails. It took them like a week for them to reply to my email.
Let's see. Joshua Parker says, seriously, tell me a villain better than Darth Vader. I'll wait.
There's not.
I
many.
got you.
There's not.
No,
many.
I got one.
Go
It
ahead.
better be
Bowser.
damn. It better be damn good.
Bowser.
I should
No.
kick you for that.
No.
I
Bowser's
should
a
kick
great
him
villain,
out.
but better? No, I'm not gonna say that. But
Listen, it's for propaganda. Anyways, I'm launching the thingy. While I launch the thingy, yeah.
Oh, wow. So Darth Vader's up and Serenity's in my chat saying Anakin with hard eyes.
Okay.
Snook,
See,
you should have said Disney.
What about Disney?
Oh, shit.
that worked. I agree with that. This is a better villain.
Oh yeah. Abridged. So remember the person that we both agreed on? Yeah. He has like multiple channels. So that's how he managed to get you with one of them.
It doesn't matter. The video was deleted anyway, but still.
Well played, Rias. Well played. Just for that, Rias, you
Anyways.
get an... Rias, where did you go? You were in the game a second ago. You are now not.
All right. Hey, Mayor McCoy.
What's up, Snuckaba?
Okay. So I'm launching Fork Knife right now. I'm launching the game.
That's a new nickname for Snuck. I'll write it down.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
You.
you can get the reference.
Oh, I do.
Shut
I
up,
love it.
Snuckaba.
I fucking hate you.
Snuckaba. Little
Oh,
Snuckaba.
that's interesting.
I'm literally an adult. We're all adults here. What the fuck is wrong with you all?
Are you the youngest one here?
No,
Yes,
Abridged
he
is.
is.
No,
That's
I'm not.
funny.
Abridged is. Abridged is.
Can't even
You're
say
the
that.
youngest, Snuck. You're the youngest.
Page 1.
Yeah, that's the thing. In terms of villains, Darth Vader's peak.
There are some that are up there, Ashes, but in terms of like longevity and franchise, he's the most well written, most recognizable character you'll see.
I mean, it's Darth Vader. Like, you know, good luck finding anyone on the planet that doesn't know who Darth Vader is.
Oh, you can find people. It's not that hard. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna pretend
Coy.
Star Wars has crossed over into certain areas.
Sauron's a great villain from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Koi.
Yeah.
So let me tell you some people who don't know who Darth Vader is. 90-year-old men.
Yeah, sure. Remember, Star
Yeah.
Wars only came out in the 70s. It's not like it came out in the 40s or 50s or World War II. But
90-year-old men don't give a fuck about like fucking modern day society with like movies and shit. They're just there to exist, bro. Living out the rest of their lives.
Not every. Some people do know. Some 10-year-olds do know the Star Wars.
I know, Lux. I'm actually bummed out because I was hoping to have a look at the Star Wars skins, but I didn't know that was only for a week.
Claim all rewards from the pillar.
That's why I got the Dragon Ball skins when they came out, because I knew they weren't gonna last long. That's what she said.
Okay. So.
Hey, Mayor McCoy. So, I'm launching into Fortnite. Can you invite me?
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Did I miss?
Oh, by the way,
Hey, Bridge, are you?
Panda, Snuck's favorite thing is when you go, "Shut up, Snuckaba."
Shut up, Snuckaba.
It's not my favorite thing. He's a liar. Why are you lying?
Let me say that in a Russian way.
In a Russian accent. Okay. All right.
You.
That makes it 10 times worse then.
All right. Jason Voorhees, am I gonna go see Wakanda Forever? Possibly this week. My dad's coming up, and if we have time, yeah, we might go see Wakanda Forever. Namor's actually been one of his favorite characters in the comic books. My dad was a Marvel boy growing up reading the comic books, and Namor was one of his favorites. So, you know, I'm hoping Wakanda Forever did him right.
Can you take me with you, Cole?
I will say, as far as I'm not gonna say anything. I'll let you figure out for yourself.
All right. And what's up, Snuck?
Can you take me with you? I want to watch it with you.
I mean, if you want to get your ass to Utah, I mean, a bridge was gonna come here, but he's too scared of planes.
No, yeah, you never made up your mind on me, so.
Wait, they brought back the Naruto skins? They brought back the Naruto skins. Yeah, they brought back the Naruto skins. This is awesome. I'm not getting any of them, though. Fuck that. Ooh, wait. Oh, there's a Rasen Shuriken. I'll get that.
I sent you several invites already, Snuck.
I am joining. I just bought a Rasen Shuriken. Just wait. Also, Koi? Apparently, there is a code out for Anakin that they can get online.
A code for what?
For Anakin.
For Anakin, what?
Yeah, there is a code you can get of him.
A code I can get of who?
Anakin.
Oh,
Skywalker.
Anakin. Okay, diction. Use your words. I had no idea what the hell Anakin was.
I said Anakin, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, they got Itachi and Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Can you get it for me, Abridge? Thank you.
No.
Appreciate it. Bro. Koi.
Yes.
Naruto.
I'm not really big on Naruto, if I'm being honest.
But this dude's a Star Wars fan. There we go.
I tried getting into Naruto. It was okay, but certainly not something I commit myself to.
Abridge ready up.
I'm sorry,
No.
but with such horrible characters like Sasuke and Sakura, it made me want to pull my hair out.
I'm sorry, you like Vegeta and all these other characters. You ain't got no right to talk any type of shit.
Vegeta would slap everyone in Naruto.
What does that mean? What does that say about his character? I don't care about his strength. You're using strength to determine a character.
Well,
What's the point?
Okay. And how about this, Abridge? Okay. What did Sasuke do that was meaningful in the show?
Killed Itachi. Started a great
That's-
Fourth Ninja War.
He didn't
able
kill
to act-
Itachi. He didn't kill Itachi.
Well, okay, he didn't kill Itachi. Itachi killed himself, but still, that was his main fucking goal. Until they changed the arc. Remember that they retconned Itachi's character to make him more sympathetic, which was a good retcon. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. It was good. But initially, that was not the point of his character in the first arc. They changed it in Shippuden. Good change, but it still was a retcon.
By the way, Bridge, we're just waiting for you to ready up.
Well, I'm in the
Fair
store
enough.
buying shit.
Yeah, he's gifting me the Naruto skins.
I'm not gifting you shit. You've already been gifted plenty of shit. I don't want to hear it.
Hi. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Snuck does what we call confident begging.
Okay, fuck off,
He
Koi.
begs,
Don't
but
even
does
get
it
me
in a way
started.
that makes it sound like it's not begging.
Okay, alright, fuck off, Koi.
Zero says Vegeta would kick them.
Yeah.
I love how I
mean-
asked you about characters and you're talking about power scaling. It's the same rhetoric that everybody says. It's the same thing
Alright,
Naruto. It's the same thing Naruto fans to justify their shit to Dragon Ball. I
But
gotta
yeah,
say, Dragon Ball fans and Naruto
okay,
fans.
but,
I'm gonna say this once for all: Dragon Ball fans and Naruto fans are the biggest fucking. They are the same fucking fans that I've seen to justify why I like their shows more. Well, we have more character development, but my character can kick your character's ass. What the fuck does that have to do with the character?
Especially Sakura, that pink-headed thought. Good lord.
I talked about Sakura in depth on a video.
I remember that video, Snook.
I don't care for. She's better now in Boruto. I'll give her that. Did not care for her, and did not care for her in the show. And to be fair, Kishimoto admits he's not the best. Much like Toriyama, they're not the best when it comes to their chicks.
I'll take Toriyama's females over.
Not when it comes to romance. Not the best when it comes to their romances.
Justin.
At least the romance between Goku and Chichi is funny, because like the whole thing was just like, you promised to marry me. I thought the marriage was something you eat. Well, I guess we should get married. Like Goku just rolls with it. That's funny to me.
I have a crush on the guy who just wanted to kill everybody, says Sakura.
What?
Oh yeah, that's why I give her the most beef, because where she puts her dumbass feelings where business should be applied into, instead of slapping Sasuke like a respectable character would be, she does not. She does the same volleyball. That's what pisses me off with her character, because it's fine when she was younger. Okay, that's fine. But now you're getting it into the fourth grade ninja war and all this other shit's happening. You need to put that shit aside.
Not to
Next
mention,
thing you-
like, just how...
Sorry, Koi. But the next thing you know, she uses everything she does to justify her feelings.
Alright,
Not
so
to mention
I
that
just
she treated Naruto like shit, and had the fucking gall to fucking do that bullshit ass "I love you" bullshit.
Yeah,
Seriously,
that's
if
what
anyone-
made me hate her even more.
If anyone had
Hey,
justification for
Again,
turning
for
into
all
a
for all
villain,
the shit with Sasuke went through, Sasuke's anger is actually just fucking viable if you watch the goddamn show.
Sakura's
I
just a
did.
slut.
Anyways,
With Sakura, that pissed me off. Even Sasuke's like, bitch, you're mocking Naruto because he's a fucking orphan. You're falling in love with the guy whose clan was slaughtered, but you're fucking getting on Naruto for not having family. It's like, bitch, fuck
Like,
you.
honestly, I was just waiting for Naruto to snap and just kill them all, honestly.
Alright, hey Koi.
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, so I think Panda remembers this, but I described Sakura perfectly with like a very simple sentence.
So what do I want to use?
She's basically a walking female L. That's all she is.
No, she's had experience where she's at, or she can be competent. It's just she sets her goals way too fucking high.
Let's just be honest.
Bro,
Like, that's why I watch Kishin Pain's Naruto videos, even though I'm not that big on Naruto, because I know he's going to do something.
I wouldn't, because Kishin Pain, he over exaggerates to a fucking point. Just like with Dragon Ball, he over
I know
exaggerates.
that, like, that's why it's funny, but yeah, I watch Kishin Pain's stuff because I know
Yeah,
he's,
but
like,
you're watching it out of context. It's not as funny if you don't watch it. It's like me watching Dragon Ball out of context, and that sums up the characters. Like that doesn't sum up.
Let's be honest. I think the most satisfying image would be Sakura on her back full of shurikens.
Fair. That's fair. What the fuck do I want though?
Like
You're out,
fucking
you guys use it.
Mikasa, who's only an object.
Oh, damn. Zero says, doesn't the word female already have an L in it? Oh, shit.
That's not okay.
But it's funny.
That's not okay.
I'll go to Itachi. That's my boy.
Remember, Goku, you can't spell female without L.
Why though? I put the Ambu because he wasn't on the Black House. I was my shit.
Meanwhile,
Male
Goku's
has the L too.
Meanwhile,
Sure,
Goku's
sure.
like, what the hell? How come they did right by your models?
That's what I'm saying. They did right by the Naruto models. Like that's some shit.
In terms of Sakura, it is very okay to put the L in it.
I'm actually gonna give Itachi a Saiyan pod. We got a badass actually.
Golden Bull's is triggered in the chest. He's like, oi! Who said that?
All right.
All right, I'm
But,
ready.
but by the way, let me just say that the worst Naruto character of all time, and not because of her character, because of screen time, is the chick. I don't even know her name. She's
10-10?
that bad. Yeah, 10-10, bro. She has the worst screen time, bro.
I'm not gonna say she's the worst character. She's the most just. That's why I'm saying she doesn't have much screen time. My thing is that she talks so much shit, but she has nothing to back it up. At least Sakura can back her shit up. 10-10 backs nothing up. All that shit she was talking about Naruto. Bitch, what the fuck do you do? And she has access to all these weapons, all these crazy weapons, and we never really get to see her really go all out. It's like, shut the fuck up. I somewhat agree. Bitch ain't got nothing going on.
Well, to resolve the conflict, just put Naruto with Sasuke happily ever after.
Huh.
I mean, Sasuke. I mean, to be fair, Naruto got that kiss before Sakura did. Just saying. Just my favorite character, Itachi. Itachi is one, and Kakashi, Obito, Madara, Pain, all those guys.
Also, fuck the third Hokage. He left Naruto high and dry.
No, he did not. He took care of Naruto when everybody else didn't. The only thing you can really say that he would fudged up on, even if it's not even really his fault, you can blame that on his dad, is the fact that he wasn't able to tell people that he was a hero. But even if you told them, they still treated him like shit. But that's not really the third Hokage's fault. That was more the fourth Hokage not really laying the ground plans. But then again, he died before he could. He really should be thanking third Hokage that his ass is alive and well, because Naruto didn't have to deal with really, in terms of like payment, in terms of growing up, he was well taken care of. It's just growing up with people that, you know, not liking him. B is my favorite because B said, fuck it. You can mock me all you want. I'm just going to dance that shit off. That's why I love B.
Bro,
He went through the same shit Naruto went through, except B said, fuck all y'all. I can do whatever. I'm just going to dance all that shit off. Totally hate us all.
Bro, B was writing verses while fighting Sasuke.
First of all, he gave Sasuke one of the biggest disrespectful ass whoopings of all time. And it's like I said, I love B because he's everything Naruto was. He went through the same shit Naruto went through. But like I said, y'all hate this. He just shook them haters off.
Like, here's the thing. I think my problem with Naruto is it's more satisfying to watch our so-called main characters get their asses beat. It's like, yeah, they kind of deserve that. Sasuke kind of deserves to get his ass kicked.
I mean, he does.
From my perspective.
Well, you've never watched the show fully, but he does to a certain extent, because I think people just misunderstand his character because they don't actually watch his character. It's like watching Dragon Ball saying, oh, Vegeta's just a whiny little fucking bitch.
Fair enough. It is kind of funny, though, because Vegeta
Well,
as
no,
well
yeah, but Vegeta always got his ass beat, too.
always got his comeuppance.
But he's still a cool character. I think with Sasuke, he goes to the deep end, but I actually watched the show, so I know why he goes to it. Anybody who tries to say they wouldn't go to that extreme, bitch, you've never went through what he's been through. At all.
He lost everybody.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that holier-than-thou bullshit when you haven't not even come close to what he's went through. When he went against Itachi, remember, Itachi was framed as the bad guy, who's his blood. So from his perspective, killing Itachi was like doing the world a service. Not because, you know, it would make the world a better place. It was more so that he felt like this needed to happen. And once that happened, I don't know what he was going to do with himself. Once that was flipped on his head, which I say if you watch that scene with Obito, it's the best animated scene I've ever seen in my life because he's going through an existential crisis. More so that his entire worldview has been shattered. Once you find that out, it's like, well, what the fuck do I do now? And now he found that the Leaf Village was involved. Well, somebody took something from me, and I'm gonna do it. Like, somebody took something from me, and I don't give a fuck what's gonna happen. I have to take you out.
All right.
Joshua, if you wanted Naruto to end up with Sakura, that is your opinion.
I did
Also-
not. That's what pissed me off.
Also-
Like, somehow she fucking still some ends with him, in my opinion. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that shit?
Seriously,
Also-
people,
Again,
people called Chichi
This is my point. Rock Lee and Naruto have saved Sakura's life many times, and Sasuke is trying to end her life. But somehow she fucking ends up with him.
Literally, Sakura's the girl, like, you know how people like to stereotype, like, man, girls only like assholes. That is Sakura.
Right?
I would have respected Sakura more when Sasuke announced he was going to start a ninja revolution. She should have went up to his place and slapped the shit out of him like a likable character. But no, she just fucking sit there and cried like a little fucking bitch.
Bro,
I have some.
like,
Can I add to that too?
But yeah, it's because of
Go on.
Sakura, guys think, oh, girls like assholes.
No, I think it's also because in her mind, she would have been like, "Oh, if I actually did harder, I can change him."
Oh,
If I
No,
put
it's
it
not.
in
It's
effort,
not.
I
It's
can
not.
change
It's
the
not
guy.
even that because my whole point. She, like I said in the first half, she cries to Naruto to go bring Sasuke back, does nothing, and then when she starts doing something, she starts getting her groove back. She always pauses over Sasuke. That's my issue with her. She has like the capability of being a badass ninja. She worked with Tsunade, and I mean, she's one of the few people who can actually channel chakra into her energy, and fucking blow up fucking mountains and shit. Very, it could be as good medical ninja training, but again, they put her in situations where she does nothing.
Like if you give a shit about
Okay,
somebody,
here's the other
like in
thing
the
that-
most caring aspect, if you actually give a shit about somebody, you would go far to jeopardize that.
Here's the other thing that always frustrated me. Like, all the girls, like, were always like, oh, Sasuke, and it's like, what has he, like, why are they all so appealed by him? Like,
Dude, because he's hot. It's not that fucking hard to figure out. It's superficial. Her feelings for him is superficial. Guarantee. Like, look at Rock Lee. My man works so hard, has such good personality, but because he looks kind of weird, she wouldn't even give him the time of day. But he saved her life multiple fucking times. Same thing with Naruto. That's my
now
issue.
that I think of it,
Her
I think
feelings
most-
for Sasuke is super fucking official.
most, if not all,
Thank
the
you, Bruce.
Naruto relationships are superficial.
Well, no, Hinata likes Naruto for his personality. It's not superficial.
Naruto, on the other hand, was just kind of settling. He's like, well, Sakura won't want me. I guess I'll go with this girl who's into me.
Well, he just never really looked at her that way in that sense. And, like, remember, Hinata never actually went out there. It wasn't until like the pain arc where she really, kudos to my girl for that. That was her best moment, going against one of the most badass motherfuckers to go like. That's a ride or die. That's a ride. If there was ever a moment to build on that relationship with Naruto and Hinata, it would have been right after the pain arc.
Chi-Chi's not toxic. Chi-Chi's not toxic.
Chi-Chi became a little bit toxic in Super. She wasn't toxic.
A little bit.
Because it was getting to the point where, like, it's like they put her character backwards. Like in Z, like that situation where she was going through like
She was useful.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about through the years where she actually reflected on her life and where with Gohan, because she was saying she doesn't want Gohan, and realistically, it makes sense. She doesn't want her babies to fly. I get that, but then in Z, she comes to realize like, yeah, this shit's just gonna happen. Like a lot of this stuff, she actually said, well, fuck it, Gohan can fight. I was like, there you go, that's my girl. She realized, that her life is not normal.
At the end of the day, Chi-Chi means well.
No, what I'm saying, at the end of the day, she come to realize that this is her life and how her family works. In Z, they kind of regress that in Super by making her just a chattering bitch.
You also have to remember too
I'll still
is that
take Chi-Chi over Sakura. Sakura is the toxic bitch.
And we have to put it down as well for Chi-Chi that for her to be, be raised as a princess, she's used to that life, and at the same time, she imagined having the perfect family with her knight in shining armor.
I understood her character.
She thought it was going to be like that because
Dragon
that's
Ball
what
and
her
Dragon Ball Z.
fantasy was.
I will defend Z Chi-Chi and Dragon Ball Chi-Chi. I will not defend Super Chi-Chi.
I mean,
Yeah,
Super
she was
Chi-Chi
really bad
doesn't
in
really get
Super,
that much
sure.
screen time, to be fair. So
But whenever she is, she's just a bitch. That's my point.
Can I add on more to why she was headed Super 2? Is that she looked in the fucking grass to look for Pan.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just regular shit where she nags Goku over. Like, Goku gave you $100 goddamn million. Let him do his thing, goddamn it.
She spent it all in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She spit the shit.
I still find the scene kind of funny, like where Goku runs away from her with Whis and stuff, and afterwards she's just like, oh, well, I guess that's Goku. I'll just...
Likable characters, and like I said, Rock Lee.
She didn't stay
my boy
pissed.
Guy Sensei. Kakashi's one of like the cool. He's one of the coolest teachers. I love Kakashi, man. He's great. Like Itachi's one of my fave, and
Hey, Bridge. I got a wolf.
Jiraiya. That's great. Yeah. So those are some of the more likable ones. Well, I like Itachi's one is one of the most complicated ones. Like I said, I think with his is because he's the most grounded. His goals are very just simple. Anybody who can understand that: protect Sasuke and protect the Leaf Village. That's pretty much it.
You don't have
He doesn't have world changing views like Pain or Madara, but it's very simple. not to mention he was asked to exterminate his family at 14, and you can imagine what that does. Imagine being a 14-year-old, not even an adult, but a 14-year-old having to be forced to choose between that and to having to kill your entire family, knowing you're a pacifist and doesn't like fighting, even though he's a fucking prodigy. A fucking prodigy at 5 years old that had the actual intelligence of a Hokage, and really doesn't judge people based on, he doesn't judge people the way we judge people. He looks at them from afar so he doesn't get a biased viewpoint. So he might love his clan, but he doesn't agree with them when they plan to start an entire fucking coup, which would lead to another great ninja war and more death. So now you're caught in this situation where you have to choose between your family and your country, which is not easy. And remember, you have to exterminate everybody, because if you don't, it's going to lead to another war. You can't leave orphans. You know what happens when you leave orphans, Koi. That bears resentment. Yeah, look what happened with Sasuke. It bears resentment. And remember, if Sasuke didn't know, all the blame is thrown on him,
I mean,
it doesn't bear no resentment towards the village. So remember,
look at Killmonger
at
from Black Panther.
At 14 years old, he has to be labeled as a murderer of his own clan. He has to be ostracized, and he's still a double agent for them while working in the Akatsuki, all just to keep Sasuke safe. And that's pretty much it. That was his. Again, you killed him twice and made me cry. You killed a character twice and make me cry.
Instead of fighting.
Also, I mean, he did beat the shit out of Sasuke when Sasuke tried to kill him.
Again, that was no. My entire point was, even then, he made his villainy so naturally, so when Sasuke killed him, he would be held as a hero. That was the entire point. Like, he made himself to be such a fucking villain, so when Sasuke quote unquote killed him, he would be held as a hero. But again, he had to deal with Obito. That was his only problem. Obito was a monkey wrench in his old plan. But still, he accomplished his goal. He had a simple viewpoint, and anytime he was on screen, he just stole the show. That was my entire point. I mean, he bitched out fucking Orochimaru, one of the baddest villains in the show, and he bitched him out at 14. So yeah, that's why Itachi is one of my all-time favorites. Then you got Jiraiya, Kakashi, Obito, and those guys. Obviously, Pain, who has one of the best dialogue and ever. That's why I said, Koi, you ain't even watched that, then it's one of the best you'll ever see when it comes to like worldviews. But yeah, those are some like the more likable characters, but the more complicated characters.
All right.
Of Naruto.
Dominic asks, what about Madara from the show? Okay, I'll say this about Madara. Imagine
would
writing
say-
a villain so good, you write yourself into a corner so you have to cheat to get rid of Madara. You're just...
Now, I would say this about Madara. Like, he was hyped up for years. From the manga panel, it was 7 years of hype. Whether you think this is a good or bad thing, he has a world presence over the entire universe. Wherever, like, they talk, he was first interested in the Valley of Death. That's when they introduced him. He had this presence. He already had this overwhelming hype up that we got. And then... I think the anime did a pretty good job, in my opinion, of showcasing him, but he still had a incredible build-up.
And then he got replaced by some albino bitch.
I'm not even talking about that. We're talking about character. I'm not talking about all that. I'm not talking about his power feats. I'm talking about what he means to the entire Naruto universe. He has as much impact on the Naruto universe as any other character. From his backstory, people just mentioning him. Again, Tsunade said he's not a fucking, just like a person. He's like this symbol. Because he's that fucking... He's been that...
I'm sorry. Playton, thank you for the raid. What were you streaming? Hope it was a good stream. All right, go ahead, Abridge. I'm sorry.
But, again, with Madara's character, it's his... My thing about Madara, his story influences the entire story. That's why he should have been the final villain. That's why the Hokage shit pissed people off to the degree, because remember, Koi, his hype up was for over 7 years in the manga and in the anime. We didn't get to see him until 2011, but he was hyped up since 2000 fucking what, 2, 4?
And
since the Valley of the End.
My question.
And then go ahead.
Like the chick that replaced him, was she at all like hyped up or alluded to?
Yes, Kage. Yes, she was alluded to. She was alluded to, and she was hyped up. It was. But the issue was, even with that, is they could have used Kage in Boruto. They didn't need to use her in this. Like, even more so, getting shot at.
Okay. So
also,
even if Sakura and Naruto were the best of friends,
got him.
even when you're the best of friends, it doesn't always have to end up in romance.
Not to mention,
no, it's not even that. But so,
it's just
and this
how
is my
dirty
thing.
She did him.
This is my thing. They had Madara be such a great villain and such as like a badass. Again, like you said, there are ways you could have wrote him to be beaten, but
Bro.
my thing is, yeah, it's almost like Cell. Like, how do you write a character like that? Just give Naruto a fucking bullshit power up at that point. You kept giving everybody else all these crazy ass fucking power ups.
A bridge.
Bye, Joyful. We'll see you soon.
Madara rumbled with a whole ass army, and then he dropped.
No, my
fucking...
favorite. My favorite is what he did to the 5 Kage. My favorite line? What adult would fight seriously against children? That's one of his greatest lines. What true adult would fight seriously against a child?
No. His most scary quote was when he asked them, "Do you want the clones to use Susanoo as well? Like all of them?"
That's a scary quote, but that's not his most badass quote. What adult will fight against a child is his most badass quote. That's how much. And the Kage are not weak by any means, but yeah, yeah.
You know what's funny? Whenever I think of badass quotes, the thing I go to, funny enough, is Dragon Ball Z Abridged for badass quotes. Of all things, the parody show is what I think of when I think of badass quotes. Still my favorite quote to this day. The fuck's a kami? It means God. Now bow. At least I thought that was a badass quote.
It is.
I'll
give you that. It is. I'll give you that.
I feel like they had that line in mind for a while. They just been dying to use it. I don't know.
Nice.
Imagine a future when Planet Vegeta was never destroyed and Goku kept his memories and Frieza never existed.
Well, the Saiyans will be out pillaging and plundering and killing. Because apparently people look at these people like they're fucking saints, apparently. No. There's some of them were non-fighters and some of them were, most Saiyans by nature were fucking barbaric.
Some of the Saiyans
to
were
quote
not...
Vegeta from a bridge, "Oh no, we'd still be evil. In fact, if this was the other way around, this conversation would never happen. You'd be dead, and I'd be laughing." Oh, it hurts to laugh.
Again, only a few of them and then they were anomalies. They were branded as weak.
And that's
why they didn't really send them out.
We don't even know if, we saw Gine was nice to her husband and family. We don't know if she was nice to other people.
Well, no, we know she was more the non-fighting type. She had a warm personality. They've established that. That's why they didn't really send her out.
I think the point is you don't know what these people really were based on their interactions with one another because we knew what their race as a whole was until they started retconning and putting characters in that weren't like that. They were more of a barbaric race. Yeah.
And their technology, once they stole from the Saphorians, which was well documented, and remember, because Planet Vegeta wasn't their original planet, they took it from the Saphorians, and their technology. The Scouters was not their technology.
Nope, it was never their technology to begin with.
Which again, that's why I said bring Baby back and bring Baby and that storyline back into Super and really, really hammer that storyline home if they really want to go into the whole Saiyan, shit. Because I felt like that, that's some unfinished business that needs to be taken care of. And Baby,
I mean, they kind of alluded to with the whole granola thing, since granola was a person.
I don't want granola. I want the fucking Saphorians. God damn it, give me the Tuffles.
Okay, I was gonna say Saphorians. You mean Tuffles?
Well, no, the actual name is Saphorians. Tuffles is the Americanized version of it. But yeah. But what I'm saying is bring them back and really, hammer that home. That would be interesting.
It was wasted potential. You're not wrong.
Oh. Well, like I said, again, to be fair, like I said, GT is the sequel, Super's the interval fucking storyline.
You do actually have to wonder, though, who decides, okay, we've conquered this planet. What are we going to name it? After me.
Well, I think Vegeta technically would,
And that was their interaction, though. What do we call this planet after we are already taken it? Well, name it after me.
What kind of narcissist?
You see him?
Yeah, I'm...
The same narcissist that named his son after him.
Well, okay, naming the son makes sense, because it's implied that, at the very least, Broly established that it's not even just, that wasn't the first time, Vegeta the Fourth,
Yeah, there are 3 other Vegetas before him.
Yeah, so that at least makes sense. Naming a planet, though, it's really?
I think they had no idea, so they thought of the man that led them.
I mean, hell, why not name it Planet Sadala 2 or something?
They don't do numbers. Saiyans don't do numbers. Same thing goes based on the many people that they killed and the many planets they conquered. They don't go by number.
Kind of ironic since numbers kind of became a huge thing.
Yeah, power level shit.
Not to mention
That
Super
doesn't
Saiyan
matter
2,
anymore.
3, 4.
It's over 9,000. Oh.
I
know
give
what
Prius lasted pretty long, pretty low.
You know what I've always actually kind of, I don't know if this has ever been confirmed, but it was my personal headcanon. How, the Saiyans got inducted into the Frieza Force is, I always thought that the Tuffles were originally with the Frieza Force, but then when the Saiyans conquered them and stuff, instead of, like, punishing them for
Well, we
killing-
know their reign came under King Cole's rule. That's most of what we know is that.
Right,
They
right.
weren't. And it was always implied King Cole was a much more benevolent ruler than Frieza. Who
Right. But yeah, what I'm thinking is, like, the Tuffles worked under King Cold. The Saiyans came out, stole the Tuffles planet, and wiped them out. And instead of, like, punishing the Saiyans for wiping out the Tuffles, King Cold's like, actually, these guys could
I don't
be
know. It'd be a good
Asset.
again, the lore is so kind of fucked up right now. Super
In fact,
has definitely
a little off topic, but, do you guys remember the Plan to Eradicate Saiyans movie?
yeah.
Yes.
That kind of leans a little into my theory because I remember the Tuffles had scouters in that. So it kind of leans
Again, yeah, it was introduced, but remember, Cole, we can't use that because it's not canon.
I mean, neither are the Tuffles, so, I mean, fuck it. We can just kind of do whatever we want.
King Cold, who has not forgotten. That guy does not leave.
I am pissed off how they had
Oh.
Trunks bitch him out though, because he was hyped up very well.
I was upset that they killed him off fast, though.
Yeah, I really
mean,
wanted to see.
It's like, we know why they did that. It was to make Trunks look like a badass.
But still, like that. It's like a trade-off thing. But my issue is that they should have brought him back in Resurrection. Honestly, they should have brought him back in Resurrection of F so we could see him cut loose. That would have actually made that much more interesting if Frieza did bring his dad back.
And Lux, thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Gave me
There's a problem with that, Joshua. Vegeta redeemed himself. Raditz didn't.
Raditz
That's
never
my
really-
point. Never, Raditz was never given the opportunity, but Vegeta's
No.
bitch ass yours was.
Hey,
Fucking bullshit.
What's up, Snuck? You gotta go?
no, I'm just done playing.
Oh, all
You
right.
played one game.
Yeah.
Hey,
Raditz should be brought back. If Vegeta was given a second chance, Raditz could have been given a second chance.
honestly, you
The
know what
issue
I'm-
is the nature of how things worked out is that Goku kind of
Yeah.
killed himself to kill Raditz, whereas his bones were broken and Krillin was gonna kill his ass, and then Goku said, "Stop, you motherfucker!" I was like, so let me get this straight. When Raditz kidnaps the son, and remember, Raditz only kidnapped Gohan. He only alluded to killing Gohan after the hit.
Well,
Vegeta was more than willing to kill your fucking friend.
to be fair-
gets
No,
allowed-
Hold on, can I put something on the table though? Raditz did tell him to kill 100 Earthlings,
So
like heads, like
So?
give him heads.
yeah, what's the first thing Nappa did when they went to Earth? Blew up the fucking city. So I don't want to hear that shit. My entire issue is that let me get this straight. Vegeta and Nappa are committed to killing Gohan, and by the way, by the time Goku showed up, killed most of his friends. He gets to live. But Raditz just kidnaps Gohan and tells Goku to kill 100 heads. And by the way, he could have fucking worked that shit out.
to
Just
be
say, hey,
fair-
look, give me my son back. I'll go with you. He would have took that deal in a heartbeat. Because Raditz is actually more agreeable than Vegeta would have been.
Nappa
thing.
did
Okay, to
come
be
back.
fair-
Nappa did come back, but for only 3 seconds.
That's GT. I ain't counting that shit.
Okay, to be fair, Vegeta was rendered completely powerless. Like, if that had been done to Raditz, Goku probably would have cut him some slack as well. Like,
I'll give you that. Goku did let him go one time, and Raditz said, "No." My issue with that, issue is still with that is that the only reason why Vegeta's fought is because Toriyama
actually, that could
wanted to keep
okay.
Vegeta on.
I just thought of an interesting what if scenario. Like, let's say the special beam cannon did not strike him in the stomach. Like, let's say it struck
I already see that. I already see it with Moscow. You ain't gotta tell me. It's already been done. He's already done that storyline where it only damaged them quite a bit to him from away. Yeah, I've already.
Like, because what I could see happening there is, if it only just did sufficient damage, Raditz isn't incapable of fighting back.
Yeah,
Goku
it's been done.
Like,
It's been
Goku
done.
and Piccolo
Yeah,
would probably
Goku would
fight,
have.
because Piccolo would probably want to kill him, but then Goku's like, nah. And then Piccolo's
Well,
like,
no, I think Piccolo would have been. He wouldn't have the energy. He would have been. Remember, he only had enough for one more shot. He wouldn't have the energy to fight back.
Is
True.
it possible that Goku detected something good in Vegeta in that moment that he spared him?
No, that is Funimation.
Well,
done. Like,
I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say that because he did it with Piccolo, so you can't say Goku didn't.
Well, that's
but
the thing.
With this,
It's not
but with this one, it's more so he did want to fight Vegeta because he felt like he wasn't able to completely. This is what I was said about Vegeta. Why is Vegeta so upset? He technically beat Goku base to base. And then Goku overshadowed him in his base once he used Kaioken, but it still took everybody to defeat him. So Goku's determination to want to defeat Vegeta is what let him go. But that doesn't mean he didn't see what Goku could have done later on as the series. Remember, because he did save Gohan. That's when Goku started believing more in Vegeta. In that sense, he did owe him that. Not in the initial moment when he let him go, though. He wanted to fight. He wanted to prove that he could beat him. But this is
true.
Yeah. But Goku believing in characters is consistent. Anybody who's watched Dragon Ball, because Piccolo was dead set on killing Goku. I don't want to hear any bullshit about it.
I always just felt it was just happy coincidence that they happened to like turn good, like because for the most part it's like Goku's
Goku genuinely believed. Dude, anybody watch fucking Dragon Ball? It's more so if they kill Piccolo, Kami gets killed. And two, he did believe Piccolo could change.
You are right. Like Piccolo, Goku.
He's not Demon King Piccolo.
Okay. I don't know if Goku thought Piccolo would flat out become good, but Goku himself did in fact notice that Piccolo Jr. was not as evil as Demon King Piccolo.
He also knows Piccolo's upbringing. Remember, Piccolo's upbringing was revenge. He's basically fucking Sasuke. If you want my honest and fucking opinion, Piccolo is the Sasuke of that universe. But the difference is, like, Piccolo also never really killed anybody. He had a singular goal, kill Goku. He wasn't really, about killing, he was like his dad. His dad, like, fucking sent his kids to kill Krillin and was killing out the world. Where Piccolo, he was just, I just want revenge on Goku. Respect that.
But yeah, because I just remembered how Gohan and Piccolo were, like, having a conversation, and Gohan was talking about, like, yeah, my dad told me about you. He said you weren't quite as evil as, your dad, and I think he's right. And that's when Piccolo's like, you shut your damn mouth.
Isn't ironic Vegeta and Piccolo daddy issues?
They do.
Piccolo's like, shut up, I am evil. I'm the most evilest of evil. I'm super bad. Then why did you help my dad save me? You shut your... I swear to God.
Also, why are you trading me? You're pretty good. I will throw your ass off this goddamn...
I will throw you in the river again.
God damn you. You bastard.
Dodge.
Little brat.
And then with Vegeta, like, I just love Vegeta going from this, like, his story arc is good because he went from, like, this villain, like, this very interesting villain to, like, this renegade Saiyan. And it's one of my, that's why the Namek arc is such my favorite. Seeing this guy,
the Namek arc is great.
Going to this, from, what he was to being, like, this renegade. I honestly wish, if there's anything I would add on to the Namek saga, I really wish they would have emphasized more of the Saiyan, the hierarchy infrastructure that was going on, because like when they would transition to Frieza's planets, that was always interesting to me. And I kind of wish they would have talked more about Vegeta's time there. Emphasize more of the rivalry between him and Kui, like maybe do some flashbacks with Kui and Vegeta, because when him taking him out was very significant. Him taking out Kui was very significant. So I really wish they would have added some flashbacks.
I actually did appreciate. Do you remember that flashback in Dragon Ball Z? Like Vegeta did have about like when he was working under Frieza, like.
No, it was a filler, but yeah, the one with Nappa and Raditz, and you can tell. This is why I said they may not like they may like Vegeta and them may not be like the close, but they are tight knit in terms of survival, because they were willing to step up to Nappa and Raditz were willing to step up to Dodoria and Zarbon after just getting insulted, about the whole planet. And again, that's shit I like. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That you just gave a great example of
like, look,
why I wish they would have implemented more flashbacks.
Like, just because I don't like the majority of filler, there is filler I do like in Dragon Ball.
No, I love the majority of filler because that shit added. That's filler, by the way. The shit you just mentioned.
I know.
Is fucking filler.
I am aware, and I'm admitting
again.
That I
the only filler I really didn't care for was New Namek.
I didn't care for the filler with like, okay. Goku and Vegeta are about to throw down. Vegeta's powering up, and cut to lunch getting drunk at a bar.
Why? At least, wait, bro, this is my bullshit. Y'all keep saying Toriyama and them forget, but when they fucking add her to the series, that's wrong?
I'm sorry, but what was the point of that scene? Aside from padding for time.
For one, to show what Launch is doing, because you guys kept bitching that you don't see her much. Two, we hadn't seen her since she stopped stopping with TN. Now, you could say the placement was wrong. I'll give you that. But what? Showing Launch is a bad thing? But you guys keep bitching and moaning and complaining that she's never been seen and never been used?
I have no problem seeing Launch, but to have her seen interrupt my fight between Goku and Vegeta throwing down does...
That's not the first time they've had a fight interrupted, Koi. They do it multiple times with Goku and Frieza. How many times the Goku and Frieza shit was interrupted with Bulma shots?
I'm aware.
Multiple fucking times with Bulma shots.
You know, thank God for Kai, because they did trim out that quite a bit.
I don't give a shit. But don't sit there and act like it's a bad thing. All you can say is like you don't like the placement of it.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with like on another episode visiting Launch, but yeah, don't put it when we're about like I want to see Goku and Vegeta throw down.
I'm sorry, I really honestly didn't mind because the scene wasn't even that fucking long. By the way, you're acting like it took up. It was what 2 minutes? Oh my God,
hey,
2 minutes.
When you're a kid and you want to
so
see the big fight,
I was actually happy to see what Launch was doing because I was wondering why the hell is she not with TN.
Fair. Okay, I will admit.
Goku didn't know about it.
At that
Goku
point,
didn't
I had only seen Z, so.
At the time, it wouldn't have worked.
Okay, then you didn't know.
It would
okay,
have worked, yes,
you
but
know,
they didn't give it much thought.
I basically only saw Z. Who dis?
You didn't even know who the fuck she was. So what the fuck do you have the right to complain about?
Of course I've got a right to complain. I'm trying to watch these two Saiyans fight, and suddenly we cut to some chick getting drunk at a bar. Excuse me?
So you admit you don't know who this chick is, but you're complaining about her getting screen time. But then you want to say, "Oh my God, Launch doesn't get enough." You guys cannot make up your mind, can you?
Hey, hold on. That was different. That was then. This is now.
No. Don't you sit there. Don't you dare sit there.
You didn't say anything about getting downed.
No, you guys are pretty close.
Yeah, shit.
Vegeta legit gave up on fighting because of losing the one thing that actually keeps him going. His arrival.
There's how Sean Schimmel and Sir Sabat is gay. Now you can make those jokes.
Wait, what?
Vegeta lost his purpose on fighting. That's why he gave up.
That's what I'm saying. I said imagine if Sean Schimmel and Chris Sabat were gay. He could make those jokes.
Oh, bruh.
My dear sweet Kakarot has been taken from me.
Why did you go, Kakarot? I miss you.
So no. I'm okay. I'm perfect because you know what? I actually knew who Launch was, so I didn't fucking complain about it. Because one, it was showing how dire the situation was. That's why she got drunk. Like, the whole point of that scene was like, man, who cares? We're all gonna fucking die anyway. She just gave up on life.
Powers Gaming with the $5 dono says, "Oh God, what even is Fortnite anymore? As much as I love Arcane as a show, Jinx is too good for this game realm."
I'm gonna go sleep.
All right, you go get some sleep.
All right, good night, y'all.
You know, I just had a hilarious thought, but it probably pissed me off. But thinking about it would have been kind of funny. What if they gave the floor treatment to Vegeta, like the 7-year time skip? Vegeta's fat, has a beard, just
I feel like that's happened.
Hey, Kakarot-san, Gohan, how you doing? Hang on, let me just get my Kager. I mean, odds are that would probably just piss off people more than anything, but I don't know, it's kind of funny to think about. Just Vegeta, big old belly.
Okay, so
beard.
Koi is nothing again.
Okay.
He basically be an alcoholic Majin Buu.
You know, at least with Vegeta, they'd be able to fix it pretty quick, because Goku's like, hey, I'm coming down for a day. Vegeta's like, hyperbolic time chamber, now.
That was always my thing. Why did they never exploit the hyperbolic time chamber now that they got used to it in the Z arc? They would have fucked Buu up very easily.
But yeah, like, you know, Vegeta's all fat, drinking and stuff, but then he hears Goku's coming back, so then he just spends the next few days in the hyperbolic time chamber, comes out as back in shape.
He's not gonna get fat, Koi. This ain't fucking Marvel. Saiyan's metabolisms are fucking insane.
Yeah,
we don't know where it will go, Joshua. They literally just kept it off.
That's the thing, though. Like, what happens to a Saiyan if they stopped training and then just kept eating? Like, then do they get fat, do you suppose?
I've seen Goku get a full belly, I guess. Yeah, it might. Like, my thing is, it's not in Vegeta's nature. Like when he gets depressed, he'll still train. Like he'll train at least modestly. He's not like at least a full-fledged Saiyan. But for someone like Vegeta, who's been battle prone since he was a kid, I just don't see him just stopping all the time. Even when Goku left, he was still training. He just wasn't training as hard as he used to be because he didn't have that goal,
that drive.
But he still trains modestly. So that's what I'm saying. Like this ain't fucking Thor. Where they give them the bullshit. Oh, because I want to make him funny.
Well, hold on. To be fair, Thor had literally lost everything.
Yeah, so is Vegeta. You don't see him fucking bitching and moaning. Well, he did once. One time. He did one time. And by the way, he had it worse than fucking Thor had it.
Except Thor actually had a good relationship with his parents.
Go ahead. You had a good relationship with his dad. They blew up planets together. What'd you say? They had a good relationship. By the way, that's a good relationship because Hela and Odin slaughtered people together, so they had a good relationship. It just kind of went sour after his father. No, he did. He didn't hate his dad. No, he did not. When did he ever say he hated his dad? He didn't care for his race. No, he didn't. Even in filler, they were showing these guys literally hanging out. Okay, so let me get this straight. When he was crying about Vegeta, when he was crying to Frieza, he told me he would kill my dad, but he killed him anyway. So tell me, that's him hating his dad?
Okay.
When he was getting, that's what I thought.
Can I get some help? I'm fighting. I saw this lady. She's in a bubble, and now I'm fighting some slime wolves.
Oh, yeah, that's the boss. Hold on.
Vegeta achieved his goal a long time ago.
This bitch for real.
And I mean a long time ago, Zero.
and actually, a bridge wasn't the whole like he said if I didn't serve him, he'd kill my father, but he killed him anyway. Like, wasn't that just a dubism?
Yeah,
no.
he cared about his dad. That just proved the point.
Okay.
No, it's one of the levers why Frieza is why it's one of the levers why. Yeah. Again, he cares about his heritage, not so much like the people of his race, but he cares about Saiyan pride. And again, he cares about his dad to a certain extent too.
Speaking of villains, I mean, this has been said to death, but Frieza's such a good ass villain.
That goes without saying. I don't think that needs to be justified.
No,
like he checked off all the boxes.
Hey, he's not some fucking misunderstood villain.
Yeah, no, like
that trope hasn't been done to fucking hell.
I'm glad, like, even now in Super, like, they haven't done, like, oh, he's misunderstood. Like, Frieza's like, no,
because people would hate that shit. It's like, why would you give somebody who's this bad? The Saiyans were bad, but they weren't this bad. There's no villain. The only one that comes close is either Boo or Broly, but even then, Frieza has a better, crazier personality. Broly would have been if it was just the first film. If Broly's first film was happening, and they just said make him Kakarot guy, he would have been up there. He would have been up there with Frieza for me.
Yeah, like.
But no, the second and third film fucked him over. And then there's Boo. Boo also is up there, but again, he gets boggled down with multiple characters because he had. Cell is not as evil as Frieza. He only has evil tendencies like Frieza.
He has sociopathic tendencies.
That's more Frieza's arc, but Frieza is just 100%. There ain't no fucking.
I think the most
debate.
fun thing with Cell is whenever Cell says or do something, you're just like, I wonder what gene is that right now kicking up. Is that his Vegeta?
Well, that's what makes him interesting. That's what makes him so much of an interesting character. You know.
Like
again, Demon King Piccolo's up there as well. He had a great personality as well. Like evil. Because remember, he was Kami's evil half, so he's definitely up there for me.
Oh yeah, no, like that's the thing. Like I love a complex villain, but sometimes it is just fun to have. Like,
Tien was a fun villain too, but he was one of my favorite example of complex villain.
Yeah.
Where Roshi's just not, and Roshi could have won that fight. I'm gonna throw the fight. Nah, bro. I'm gonna just throw the fight. Cause right now you're going down the wrong path, and I don't like how you be shot.
Frieza's got eloquence and poise. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, that's one of his. That was one of his most dynamic.
It's only when he loses control of the situation does he start going batshit.
Like what Cooler says, a petulant child.
You know, like, but yeah, if he's in control of the situation, he will be pleasant. He will.
Dude, the first time we saw this fucker, he's killing children.
That is actually
Anakin. Look how much hype it was when Anakin did it, but Frieza's doing it on the first time we see his ass. He's killing.
You know what's funny? Because okay, here's the thing. Normally, the Goku versus Frieza fight on Namek could be seen as bad writing. Like normally.
No, it's not. No,
what the fuck
it's not.
Okay,
fuck out of my face.
Let me explain. Because the reason I'm saying that is because before then, it really wasn't about Goku and Frieza. It was Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin's story against Frieza. But the reason they made it work was how well Frieza and Goku worked off of each other. Like, that's what got you...
It's not even that. We knew Goku was coming. Anybody who watched Dragon Ball at that point know Goku's story.
Right, but you...
His story may have complete, but Goku was still... Like, yeah, I get the whole Vegeta thing.
Like,
but I knew... But we knew it was comeuppance for Vegeta because he's still a villain. He may be complex, but he's still a villain. Whereas Goku and Vegeta came into the play, like you said, they worked so well off each other. We knew that was coming. Like, Goku was injured, and that was the formula they were going with.
Like, seriously, I love Frieza and Goku. Like, they're like not just the fighting, but their back and forth and stuff. Like, when
remember, you have to understand the entire story of Dragon Ball is how Goku interacts with everybody. So we knew they were going to interact. That's what made it interesting. We know about Vegeta and Frieza, but how is Goku going to respond to Frieza? Them being literally polar opposites. Vegeta versus on paper sounds good on paper, but we know the hero formula. And that's why I knew that was coming. I wasn't like, oh, that's why I never knew it. I never once thought, oh, Vegeta's gonna face her. No, that's fine. Yeah,
like what I'm saying is, like, you know, because at first when you're thinking like, well, Goku being the one to beat Frieza doesn't gonna be satisfying narratively because this, like, for most of the story, we're focused on Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta. Goku.
Why would I care about? But why would I care about Krillin and Gohan beating Frieza when they have really no connection other than meeting him? Same thing. Goku just never got to meet him yet.
Right,
now Vegeta,
but because they managed to make
Gohan
Goku and Frieza work off each other so well, like, you get invested in that confrontation.
I was already invested. I didn't need to. I already knew how it was going.
Well, no, I was too.
It's the same thing with Raditz.
I'm trying to explain it from like. Because don't be gone, I love the whole thing. I'm just trying to explain it from like a sort of like professional standpoint.
What I'm saying, I'm saying from a writer's standpoint, that was always their goal to get to that point. I knew they were already setting that up. The moment the second Goku got there, they were hyping up the Super Saiyan form. So let me get this straight. Why would they implement the Super Saiyan form, the Super Saiyan legend, and all this stuff from Vegeta's perspective, right? But he's saying Goku's the one doing it. That's why you knew it was going to be a thing.
Well, yeah, we all knew.
So that was my point. So why would they go out of their way to tell all that backstory for Goku not to face Frieza?
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
I get it. I just hope you get what I'm trying to say.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is from a writing narrative, they were already setting it up, Koi. It was not something that, they just first met and now I'm invested. No, they were already hyping this up.
Here's the thing,
though, by the way, Vegeta was the hype man. That's the thing. Vegeta, the guy we were talking about, was the hype man for the whole point.
Okay, let me put it like this. Yeah, they were building it up, but they still could have screwed it up at the
execution.
No, they could have, but I could have. But dude, let's be honest. As the arc was going, you think they were gonna actually screw this up? It was already fucking. They took Sentai characters, Power Ranger-like figures in the Ginyu Force, and made them menacing. There was no way. This is Toriyama at one of his best.
Right. Powers Gaming with the $4 donation. Thank you, and Ice Strike. Thank you for the cheer. Vegeta had one too many moments where he was cucked. Biggest example is Resurrection F. That was Vegeta's finish. He hadn't seriously proud moment since the final explosion.
I will say Resurrection F should have been Vegeta's moment. I actually would have been okay if Vegeta, at that point, and this is why I said with some of the writing that they were doing, Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta not really getting his. I actually would have been okay with this because now you had. Goku's
hell, it was cathartic alone
seeing
Vegeta beating Frieza to a pulp.
Again, there's a lot of things I would have changed with that. You know, first of all, Beerus and Whis would have never showed up. They would have stayed right where they are because we need to have an actual threat. If Beerus and them are there, it just does not feel like there's much of a threat.
And here's the thing: they could have had it so they weren't there because, like, literally at the end of Battle of Gods, Beerus is like, "Wake me up in 4 years." Like
I said, there was no real. I love Beerus and Whis, but
that's the thing that annoys me is they felt the need to go back on several things in.
I get him. Like I said, as characters, I love Beerus and Whis, but they can be a detriment to the story when you have when they're so much more powerful than all these other characters.
Right, like that is one thing I'll give Superhero. Like they were smart enough to keep them the fuck away, so that like Cell Max was a genuine threat. It didn't feel like undermined. That was the problem with Golden Frieza. It's like doesn't feel as big of a threat when Whis and Beerus are there. Like, so give Superhero credit for that. They kept, like, Goku, Vegeta, and them the fuck away, so it felt like the Gammas and Cell Max were a fucking problem. You get what I mean by that?
I don't know, I'm shooting right now.
Fair enough. You know. So, yeah, I will give Superhero credit. They learned from their mistake. Like, it's like, no, we got to keep these overpowered characters the fuck away so that our threat feels like a threat.
I mean, Joshua, that would be a great headcanon, actually. But I feel like that's already happened. Not the actual concept itself, but something similar.
You know.
About Goku bumping his head again and then reverting back to his evil self again.
Oh, I've seen a fan manga where they did that.
The concept's already a thing.
Except I don't think that's even doable anymore because, like, I don't know.
He remembers now, but not remembers in the way that where he is Saiyan. Like a Saiyan. He doesn't have the Saiyan, the evil Saiyan instinct to him. He remembers his parents now, just not everything.
You know what I kind of hope that eventually leads up to?
One day.
I want Goku to eventually wish back his parents with the Dragon Balls. Like, now that he
Out
remembers...
of curiosity, not because I just want to be curious. Because he always said he doesn't care. Like even when like when he didn't care about the Saiyans, right? Vegeta knocked some pride about him having some pride in the Saiyans. Like that was my whole thing. Like he needs to have some pride in the Saiyans.
I mean, Frieza is overused technically, but they need him.
Well,
Like,
they're trying to integrate him more.
They've improved, like, because, you know, I think Frieza's integration into the Tournament of Power was done much better than Resurrection F.
Well,
Like,
I think this is also the issue with Super is rehashing old villains, not making new ones. That's why when Granola and Moro came in, they were more interesting. Because, you know, it's something different. It's something new. Moro was interesting because he was using different abilities that I want them to start using more cosmic level stuff, more hacks abilities, more implementing more different arcs of the story, or find a way to keep Goku and Vegeta out of the story for a little while, like they did in Dragon Ball Z, to give shine to other characters. Like that's why Gohan got the shine. Again, I love Z so much because you use Goku in the perfect way. You saved him for the big shit and let the side characters get a chance to shine. That's one of the best ways to use Goku, because technically his arc was finished in Dragon Ball. Then he was like a central main character in Z, but then they kind of went back. Then they kind of reversed it, and it came about Vegeta and Goku. I was like, no, you need to implement Piccolo again. I want to implement Gohan, Tien, Yamcha. In my opinion, is the most underutilized character of all time, and it really pissed me off that they just made him a fucking meme when he was literally a main character in the original story. Same thing with Tien. Tien got one final chance to shine again, and that was in the Cell arc, and was a great time, but it's like, my god, they're not doing shit with these guys.
you know a character that got to shine that I really wasn't seeing coming, honestly? I felt Master Roshi got to shine in the Tournament of Power. I loved his episodes.
Oh yeah, I enjoy Roshi. I enjoy whenever they utilize Roshi.
Because, you know, I thought he was out of relevance. Well, he was out of relevancy for a long-ass time.
I wouldn't say that. He would pop up sporadically in the movies. I think, but then again, they wouldn't use him. It was like, yeah, like maybe when he buffed up against Broly. Roshi? All right, broccoli. It's all
Very tough, but his name's Broly. Just starts doing the masks, and Krillin's like, I'm sorry, Goku, he's drunk as hell.
I always said, if Roshi really wanted to, he could train again. If he just, yeah,
Well,
he
had
can
been
get
training again. Like
no, if he wanted, to, he can get a younger body if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Like literally, yo, Dragon, wish you back to the days of my youth. Like, and then but they won't go that route. Bulma can do it, but not Roshi.
I don't know, I feel like Roshi's just kind of content. Like, he's not...
But my thing is, when he says he wants to get in fighting shape for these guys, he could, though. I know he's content, but if he really wants to go out there with the ladies again, you know, you think he wouldn't take that? You think he would have, like he doesn't dawn on it in his younger years? Like, man, I can get so many bitches, getting my youth back, getting back in even more fighting shape than I was, and I could just age myself all over again.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting, but I don't know.
It's just weird for that thought to not cross his mind, at least. It's nothing wrong with it, neither. It's not like it's a bad thing or anything. He already can live forever, so why not live young along with the Z fighters? I don't get that. Unless he just likes being old. Maybe maybe he just likes being old, I guess.
I actually could see, because yeah, he would use that often. Like, I remember that one time.
Just think about it. He's getting like in a comedical way too. Wouldn't even be like a serious mood. Like, dude, just to get bitches.
Like, I remember, like, he, like, they went on the plane, he grabbed the steward's butt, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm old, my hands do things with it.
That's what I'm saying, but imagine if he was younger, I guarantee that chick wouldn't have mind. Oh, you're hot, it's fine.
Actually, now
Trap that ass, turtle.
I did think they kind of pushed it a little with Roshi and Super with some of the perverted stuff, like, because, like, when he was coming
Not
hard
really.
onto urine, that was uncomfortable. Like, he was
I don't think
borderline.
no, I don't think that. I just think it wasn't done funny enough. Roshi has done way worse. I'm just saying it just wasn't utilized
I don't
in a
know.
funny
I was
manner.
getting some rapey vibes.
Dude, that was just a time period. Get over it. He's just one of those characters that they did. Again, but you have to do it in a way that's funny. So let me get straight. When he did the Bulma, that's fine, but doing it to Yurt, get the fuck out of here.
Hold on.
What the fuck's so special about her?
Hold on. Well, first of all, let me be right back.
I'm pretty sure Bulma was younger at the time too, so I don't want to. Yeah. Again, I just don't think it was executed right. Oh, key. I'm gonna take that. Let me take this.
Figures. Do you think it's possible for Raditz to make a comeback someday?
It's
Unless
They-
they
they have to want to.
specifically say, unless they specifically say, "I wish for my family to be brought back from the dead."
again, they would have. There's ways you could do it, but they have to have the foresight to want to do it.
Right.
I just don't think they care enough. I just don't think they care.
Well, here's the thing. The only way I could see it happening, and I was even talking about this earlier, like, if Goku, like, because now that Goku remembers his parents, there's always the possibility he could decide he wants to meet them and wish them back. If he were to ever do that, I could see them, like,
You
making...
definitely see, except to see Gine and Gine all like, where's Raditz, and he tells the story. But then it's like, motherfucker, you let Vegeta live. You have a lot of nerve.
Yeah,
No,
I could...
because
like,
I would love this. I want to see that criticism. Like
Kakarot,
so let me get this
you wish
straight.
your brother back...
You also wish Frieza back to life. I don't want to hear it.
Kakarot, you wish your brother back right now.
And all the while, Raditz has actually gone under change. He saw Goku, because you can see people in the other world. They didn't retcon that shit. And he's like,
They were watching his fight.
like Raditz has been watching, despite him to get so much stronger. And like Raditz has been pushing himself for years. And remember, he hasn't aged, because you don't age when you die. So he's been pushing himself for years in other worlds to get stronger.
But yeah, I could just see that. Like, Goku's like, but I know what? Kakarot, you wish your brother back right now, young man.
And Master Roshi, can you bring him to the check-ins?
Kakarot, where's Raditz about that?
Kakarot, you wish
I
your
don't
brother...
think Gohan would care at this point. Like Gohan's been through so much. I think Raditz at this point is it was all right. You know, maybe I can yell. Plus, like if Monko tries, I could just beat his ass. So let's just bring his ass back to life. Let's be a family. Let's go on family portraits. You know, I'm ready.
If anything, Raditz was just kind of a trendsetter. Like, I mean, unless we're counting the Garlic Jr. saga, that would be the first time Gohan got kidnapped.
True. I always liked Garlic. He was interesting. I liked his race too. It was always interesting.
Garlic Jr. was basically, what if we made Pilaf threatening?
I always thought they were. You ever think they were relatives? I always thought they were relatives for some reason.
Probably because they had the same voice actor.
No, the build too. The build
Right,
as well.
pointy ears, short.
Their skin. Garlic was a bit more thicker, but
like they were both demons, but Pilaf was just like a reject.
not to mention again, I say Garlic Jr. had the best minions. I love Nikki and Ray. Like Ocean Dub did that shit so right. Tutti frutti, pepperoni.
That is the thing. Like, people always give grief to the dubs, and yeah, there have been some dubs where it's like,
Dragon Ball is not really known that though. Even
Like,
like
okay,
like
here,
Z,
for
what you
example,
consider a bad dub, is still done well.
Like, here's the thing. Like, the dubs can even add personalities to characters that didn't have much.
No, they add more to the story that where the
For
subs
example,
are. That's why I don't do dub versus subs, because there are
Android-
sometimes where the sub
like,
pisses me off, and there are days when the dubs pisses me off.
Like,
there are
for
days when the dubs
example,
are great.
Androids 13, 14, and 15 did not have that much personality in the original Japanese dub. But then the English dub was like, okay, we gotta add something to this. Gotta add some spice. So, you know, then they gave them, like, distinct more personalities, you know?
No, let's not let bygone. I mean, think about it. When we think of 13, we don't think of the sub. We think of
I was programmed to kill your race, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do.
And what do you think T4 used that? He used that and gave the whole trucker hat gimmick. That wasn't from the sub. It was from the dub.
Look at my trucker head.
But again, like I said, I don't. There are times where the dub will piss me off, or there are times the dub will make me like, oh my god, this is good. Same thing with the sub. I don't kiss the sub's ass just because I can't understand. Like there are moments where I think it's just fucking stupid.
For examples?
Examples with the whole fucking how they do it with the dense anime protagonist trope, or then the sub will kind of take that and kind of reimagine it. Oh my god, I got into this situation again. Or like, again, I'll give you a good example. I love Overlord, but I will say the dub did it better with Chris Carell's version of him killing Clementine. I thought the first time they did it was great, but he added the whole "What's the matter, bitch?" I said that's some cold shit. Cause like in the sub, he was more regal with it. It was like, you know, stop flailing around and yada yada yada.
He was more like, "What's the matter?
What's the matter, bitch? You don't like me?" Like I said, oh, that's something Ainz would say. That is some shit Ainz would say with his personality.
Oh shit.
Fuck yes.
Real quick, Ninja with the 100 bits. Thank you. He says, "Hey everyone, any of you seen Wakanda Forever? I have not yet. Have you guys seen it?"
I've seen it. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Out of curiosity, Bridge, what do you think about it? Like, honest.
It's the first half generic. The second half really good.
Huh.
Like the start, because you tell everyone else something. Like, I will say, as far as the villain goes, I like the villain, but they generic. They made them generic. But you still like them. Like they're still likable. They come off as likable. And like my issue is like don't brag about the technology you have when they didn't really show it. They didn't really showcase this. Oh, you're supposed to be more technologically advanced than Wakanda, but you didn't really show it. All you had was that water bomb thing, and that. But I will say the second half it does get like the emotional parts hit.
Okay.
So
like,
when they go for the emotional parts, the emotional parts will get you, and it bangs.
Like, I was gonna say they better not like screw up. Like this is basically a farewell to Chadwick Boseman. Like
it's basically worth the watch. I'll give them that. It's worth the watch. The first half is pretty much by the books. Like it's what you expect of a generic by the books Marvel film, but that second half is way better. That second half you're gonna like.
I've been hearing that like T'Challa's mom like killed it. Like her performance, like people are saying she needs an Oscar.
Can you not fucking say it? It's Angela Bassett? She's been an actor for 30 goddamn years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like
why? Because she black? You don't know black actors, huh?
Oh,
you know black actors? Who are you racist?
I don't know actors.
Even I know who the fuck. Even I know who the fuck. Oh yeah, but you know who Ryan fucking Reynolds is, and she ain't got shit on her resume. Angela Bassett. There you go. That's her name.
Anyways, how did she do in your opinion?
Dang. Oh, it's Angela fucking Bassett. You know, I know her work, so I knew she was gonna kill it, and she did a great job. It's Angela fucking Bassett.
All right, I'm just saying. People are saying like
she's like Samuel. She's like the female Samuel L. Jackson when it comes to acting. Yeah, she's that fucking good. She killed it. Yeah, she did a great job. I'm gonna let it slide, Coy. But seriously, do not know an actor. It's like, well, you don't next. What? You don't know who James Earl Jones is next?
Okay, motherfucker, don't you do me like that.
I'm gonna do you like that, because that's disrespectful. She did a great job. Yeah, but she did a great job. She was great. You should check out more of her work. She does. I show you the Jackson. She played MJ's mother in Jackson's The American Dream. We should watch that. She does a great job there too.
All right.
She was in Transformers.
Oh yeah, no, she has a crazy body of work. That's why I was a little offended with Quinn. Like, come on, man, you gotta see her work.
All right. By the way, we gotta go. Storms are coming.
Oh, I got some, well, you guys can run back. I got some goo juice if you want it.
How does one not know about the king of chimichangas?
I don't know. Be born at any place other than 2005.
Damn.
Why don't you ask the old guy who the fuck Reynolds is? He'll tell you. Of course I know who Ryan Reynolds is. He's in my demographic.
He's a potty animal.
Yeah. But let's be honest, most people didn't really care for him until he got most like Van Wilder. I don't know about all that.
It is actually funny though, because like Ryan.
I'm still mad though. We had an opportunity to have him. If they would have cast him as Deadpool back in 05, we got Blade and Deadpool. Just saying.
If only.
Go ahead, Coy.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I've so often like I'll see like shorts and stuff where it's like. They have that filter on. It's like, how gay are you? Well, obviously, this is going to be 0. It's like 1% gay. And then he's like, God damn it, Ryan Johnson. Like, he's that one guy even straight men would go for.
The comic book universe will give me a headache. But
I would love to see Keanu Reeves and Ryan Reynolds work together. Yeah. That'd be a good.
Galactus.
What Marvel character would you make Keanu Reeves, by the way?
Marvel character
from to fight Deadpool.
Actually, Keanu Reeves could probably be a good Taskmaster.
I don't know. Personality-wise, he's very dense
feel
when
like
it comes.
Keanu
And
Reeves
Taskmaster's more animated than
I mean,
Keanu. As much as I love Keanu, he has one of the more dull face acting when it comes to stuff. This is my acting. It's not over the top animated. Not to say I don't like it at times. It definitely has its moments, but there are times where it becomes redundant. There are times where it's needed.
Something I've always wondered, actually, is apparently Will Smith was originally going to have the role of Neo, but he turned it down.
Yeah, for Ben in Black. Or Bad Boy.
Like, do you guys think we missed out?
Considering Nio. Well, remember, it's how they told the story. The Wachowskis did not exactly pitch him well. Again, he turned it down, I believe, for either it was Men in Black or Bad Boys. And remember, Niobe was in there, and they were dating at the time. That was, why she was probably going to be Trinity. They probably pushed her back to Niobe once they couldn't get Will Smith. Considering that Men in Black was similar, so I think it would be more or less the same, honestly. Because Will was on fire at that point in terms of his acting career. He was doing very well. I think he would have been a good Neo, but I don't know. Because the whole hacker thing, I think Keanu Reeves was more suited for. Maybe it depends on how they shoot the character.
I feel like Will Smith definitely would have brought more no disrespect to Keanu Reeves, but I do feel Will Smith.
Oh no, Will's more animated than Keanu will ever be. I'm not saying like he's the superior actor.
I can already visualize like that part where Morpheus jumps over the building and Neo's like, whoa.
Oh hell yeah, he would.
I could see Will Smith like, damn.
But in terms of like the Neo character, Keanu killed it. Keanu just killed it. They would have had to change the character in terms of personality.
True.
Then again, I would have actually. Honestly, they could have brought Will in as like maybe a false, honestly, I would have had him be the false one.
Hey,
dude, because it would have fit the story.
You really do, you really do want that false one story, don't you?
I really do. Well, am I wrong though, Coy? Could that not?
No, I get it. Like,
especially with the backstory that they have now.
I'm the exact same way with the whole they should have brought Snoke back for episode 9,
That's some fun shit.
I was at what the. But yeah, no, you and me are the same at Bridge, because you know how I won't let go of the whole they should have brought Snoke back. Episode 9 established he could cheat dead. I won't let go of that one either.
I'm distracting them, by the way. That same energy, bitch.
Eternals was boring.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
I was bored. That's just me. I got bored.
All right.
And even Angelina Jolie didn't save the movie.
Really? And she was able to save Maleficent, kinda.
Excuse me?
What? Maleficent needed saving?
Excuse me?
It wasn't
Maleficent was great! Maleficent was amazing!
No, my issue was when did Maleficent even say she was a great villain? She's always been a great villain.
I was talking about the movie, Bridge.
He's talking about the movie.
It was alright.
I liked it.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it
either. I just liked it.
I mean, unless you're
they wanted to, I think with her, it kind of makes sense they wanted to make her sympathetic, but my issue, it kind of clashes with her personality.
Dude, hold on.
Here's the thing I hate about Maleficent is we all love Maleficent because she was the villain. We don't want a misunderstood hero.
I understood what they were, but I understood in the context of that film what they were going for.
Hold on. They did the same treatment with Cruella.
I know, and I hate that.
I hated that. That was bullshit. She skinned dogs.
She skinned dogs later in life.
But then they're like, she didn't actually do that though. I hate when they do that. I hate when they say, they're actually not a villain.
You know why it worked with Darth Vader and Anakin? Because they actually alluded to Anakin wasn't the bad guy in the first film, but she was established as a bitch the first time. Now they're gonna say, she's a get the fuck out of my face.
She didn't actually skin the puppies. That was just made up.
No, fuck Cruella.
You guys definitely missed Once Upon a Time.
Okay, here's the thing.
I didn't like Once Upon a Time either.
I haven't seen it, but okay, let me say this. Let me say this. I don't mind if you add a backstory to a classic villain to make him more simple.
Frieza had a backstory. He was always a fucking evil bastard, too.
Right.
Oh, wait, should we make him misunderstood as well?
Because here's the problem with Maleficent and Cruella. It's not that they're giving the characters backstories. It's that they're retconning the entire character by making him into anti-hero.
Hold on a minute.
It's like,
What
we
about
don't
Ursula?
love these
She-
characters because they're anti-heroes. We love these characters because they're villains.
Well, we love them for their personality, and their personality is they're villains.
You know,
Look, should Scar have a backstory too that makes him more sympathetic? I don't want that.
Actually,
I mean, I want to understand.
We already
Yeah, I
kinda
want-
You guys
want
gotta
Scar's
understand,
backstories.
It's
I
a
want-
completely different adaptation of characters now.
That doesn't make it good. Just
I
because you
didn't
give them a
say it
different
does.
they just adapted. They just adapted when they made Boma black and was fucking shitting all over the fans. That doesn't make it good. What I'm saying is, if you can give them an adaptation, it's fine, but don't do it at the risk of what made them them.
Exactly. Like, there's
a reason why.
Like, okay, there's a difference between adaptating and bastardizing.
With Maleficent, I saw what they were going for. I'm not gonna say I loved it or hated it. I was just kind of there.
Like, okay,
but
you know
but
a great example of adaptation.
Well, I did not like.
You know a great
You know,
example of adaptation that didn't feel like it was bastardizing the original work? The live action 101 Dalmatian films.
Of course, yeah. Well, again, it was true. It was again. I always flip flop on which one I like more, the animated or the live action. I kind of
You know,
flip flop.
that was before Disney started milking live action adaptations to death.
No, again, I would say, look, it has to go in the context of what the character want. Like Cruella, I know this bitch skin dog. There's not a backstory you're gonna make me believe to make this bitch.
You
more
have to
sympathetic.
understand too that Cruella had problems way in that point of life. So, in that it does explain why.
Now
she
look, if they would have,
later.
now my issue with it again, you have to establish this character has some remorse at some point at that point, but they don't. I get if you want to try to, if you want to build up something to that character, that's fine.
Hang on,
But that's not going to change people's minds about them by giving them this, this regal backstory about.
Sorry to interrupt, but Crazy Nugget resub tier 1 for 2 months. Thank you. I hate interrupting you guys like that, but I gotta try to address my.
I wanna put so much shit on the table right now.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of shit I want to put on the table, so don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you.
Don't yell at me.
You have the right to debate. You have the right to defend as much as anybody else. I'm just not going to subscribe to it.
That's fine. That's fine.
He won't
Hey,
even. He's not only not going to subscribe, he won't even leave a like.
No. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to post that. I'm not going to retweet that shit. Look, anybody's liked what adaptation they look like, just but I'm not gonna just sit there and like, oh, I don't care for it either.
Like
I think the good point you made, Coy, about the 101 Dalmatians was a good example.
Right, because it didn't feel like it was copying the original movie beat for beat. It had its own beats, but it still felt like it was keeping true to the original.
I'm okay with different like The Wiz is a good example of it's a different adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. That's a blacker version of it, but it wasn't woke. It wasn't this woke shit. It wasn't trying to pander. It was just trying to tell its own version of that story. And you could tell in just how they told the story, but they still kept it true to the original story while still being different enough to be its own thing. That's why it's called The Wiz and not The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, you know a great example of Maleficent and Cruella, like the movies? You know what's those films done right? Joker. Think about it. Exact same thing. Delving into a character's backstory. But they don't chicken out at the end. At the end of the film, Joker
keep the core. The whole point is you keep the core of the character. Joker's entire character, at his core, is to upset the establishment. That's his core character. It's not that complicated. As long as you have that core, you can do a lot with him.
By the end of the movie, they don't back out and say, oh, he's an anti-hero or a good guy. No, he goes on to be Joker. Like, he becomes a murderer.
Again, what's the core? He upsets the establishment. That's his core in every single movie.
You know,
that's never been changed.
Maleficent and Cruella could have worked if, give them their backstory and stuff, but they still go on to be the villain.
It would be like, for me, it would be like this. What's Scar's core character traits?
Envy.
Oh boy.
Envy, jealousy, bitterness.
And he wants to what?
Mental decline.
Mental decline. When did he ever? Well, I don't know about mental decline. He just wasn't really a good ruler. I can't say because he kept most of his regalness since the beginning. You just say he didn't govern things right.
I thought we were on another topic. My bad.
No, I'm talking about what are his core attributes that made him such a good villain.
I was specifically talking about Cruella.
You thought about Scar from Lion King.
My bad.
What I'm saying is what was his core attributes that made him such a good villain?
Definitely jealousy, resentment,
Mm-hmm.
power hungry.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Conniving.
He feels
Now-
he feels inferior, basically.
Now, if you're going to make that if you're gonna make that backstory, I don't know if he feels like, yeah, because he's like, I'm afraid I'm at the shuttle and in the gene pool. No, not inferior. No, he feels underutilized in the sense that Mufasa,
He's in the shadows.
Yeah, like Mufasa only got to where he was by brute strength, but he's the brains. So in that sense. So what I would say is, if you're going to build a backstory, you still have to accentuate those points. Accentuate that he's still a genius. Maybe Mufasa feels overshadowed by Mufasa, but don't make him this jittering. You can even make him actually a I wouldn't go that route, but you can even make him a timid kind of character and make him blossom into an evil villain over time. But if you just take those attributes and say, "Oh, he was misunderstood this whole time," nobody's gonna subscribe to that of a previously established lore. You can't do that because you're essentially changing the character.
Hell,
and when you change the character, people resent you for it.
Hell, they've already given Scar 2 different backstories.
And I noticed people don't like that shit.
Well, actually, the backstories were fine. Like,
No, you just said they gave him 2 different versions.
Right, there was the original, like, I think in novels they gave him one, and then they gave him a different one in the Lion Guard animated series.
Oh, I'm not talking about Lion Guard. I refuse to watch.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen the show. I've seen clips and stuff.
I just can't with Lion Guard. Maleficent. I'm not even saying you can't even give Maleficent you can give her a complicated backstory. I like complicated backstories rather than sympathetic ones.
But at the end of the day, she has to be the mistress of all evil.
Yeah,
Can I say that it is a generation issue? They did it for the sake of generation. Right?
That's the thing, though. Like, because
there's been a lot of other things.
I agree. I can agree with that. What I'm saying is, just because it's a different generation doesn't mean it's not. It can't be. I've seen a different version of the Willy Wonka story told well in different generations.
Unfortunately,
and again, they kept the core of the character too. So it could be a big studio thing, like you said, like they're trying to make it. But this is my thing. Why insult your audience intelligence like that? Because it's not like kids don't grow up with the original. Like that's like me. I grew up with the
I'm not gonna like. Okay, I've got several nieces and nephews. Damn right, I'm gonna show them the original Disney classics.
Well, I'm just saying, like they're acting like kids don't, or like their parents won't show them the original, or they haven't grown up with it. It's like me and the Teenage Mutant Ninja. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s is not my generation, right? But I grew up with it, same as anybody else. I got into it.
Okay, let me say this. Do they really think I'm going to show my nieces and nephews the live-action Pinocchio over the animated one? Hell the fuck no. You keep that live-action trash out.
I'll say this.
I don't need to watch Pinocchio sniffing shit for a minute.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Panda. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Even if you don't want them to see like a live-action version or any other sort of piece of the franchise, right? Or the series. Like, you can't just simply say, I'm going to let them only watch this because I feel like this is good. You don't know if something that is already new, right, recently created, may not appeal to a new audience.
I also think it comes down to also, yes, but that can be saying for anything, Panda. I can make a shitty-ass story that will appeal to anybody because they've seen it. You can make the most horrendous dog shit story and people will still watch it regardless. You could make anything with that. Well, I'm saying if you want to show them something more authentic, like Toy Story and Lightyear, I said I will be damned if I ever show my nephew Lightyear before I show the original Toy Story. And granted, and remember I told you this when I went to the store, he went for the Lightyear action figure, but then he was like, "Where's Woody? Where's all these other characters?" Well, they're not in that movie, and he got really upset about it.
I just think that they're experimenting certain different pieces or different layers when it comes to Disney characters to me.
I mean,
I understand that, but I call that laziness because when they don't have anything
I
right.
agree.
That's new, right. We can all agree on that. That's laziness. When they have to go out of their way to go to already established characters and go deep into their when really you could say, is it really necessary? I would say. Would you say that's necessary?
Not to mention,
if they can make their own shit.
Not to mention, I'm sorry, the whole thing where Dalmatians killed Cruella's mom. I'm sorry, that shit is stupid.
That's a retcon. That's why she's getting.
Can I also say that when it comes to, I think Cruella actually was the closest because it actually gave reason to her mental decline much later in life.
But villains really don't need reasoning half the time. Most villains don't need.
The thing is, it didn't provide as the reason. She was already like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't out of circumstance. She was
always. My question is, why would she need a reason to?
And
what was that?
Because
go ahead, Koi.
The problem is they chickened out at the end. At the end of it and stuff, it's like, oh no, she doesn't actually skin puppies. That's BS. She's a good person. Like they went that route. They chickened out at the last second.
Can I? Okay.
Right, go ahead, on. Go ahead.
I don't want to. I'm not defending it, but
no. We're not saying. I'm trying to understand you, but I'm giving counter arguments to your point.
Yeah. No. I agree. I know, but like if you look at the 101 Dalmatians, right? Because if you look at as Glenn Close, for her character, she's already deep down in stardom for House of DeVille. Like at that point when you watch Cruella, that's obviously her uprise as a fashion designer. But at the same time, her mentality is going off the rails the further the fame is in. Like the much deeper in fame that she's in, she wants to try new things. And unfortunately, the puppy thing came to mind. I mean, who's to say that had anything to do with her biological mother who killed her adopted mother with her dogs? Who's to say that?
I see where you go. I see what you're going. My problem is that they didn't frame it that way though. They're framing it like this woman is that much sympathetic. You can you can make a backstory like that, but you still have to make her a villain at the end of the day. You gotta make no mistake. This chick still. You can give reasons to why. Like you can give. I'll give you the best example. I can use Hitler as he's a real life character. There was a lot of bad shit that happened in his life. But at the end of the day, he still became a goddamn villain. He still did some fucked up shit.
Why don't we use V for Vendetta and compare that to Cruella for a minute?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I used him. I used him as the prime example of Vendetta. Very Vendetta, and look what he did because of that vendetta that he had. I was saying he had a tragic, upbringing and all, and was beaten severely, and you could make a story out of it. But at the end of the day, he was. I shouldn't even need to say this, but he was still a goddamn monster.
Oh god, now I'm just imagining Disney.
That's what I was saying. No. In terms of like making back, you can still have that, like what you were saying, Panda. You can still add all that, but you still have to keep that core there of what she was in the first film, because all that stuff didn't matter. It was not established. It was not, done. But as long as you keep to that core, I think people would have been more accepting of it.
Oh god,
as long as you keep her core.
I'm sorry, Bridge, but now I'm just imagining. Coming 2024, Disney presents.
They'll do it.
Adolf.
They made Jeffrey Dahmer a thing. But remember how people complain on Twitter like you shouldn't be immortalizing these monsters, but you made several documentaries on these people and movies, and it make the hypocrisy is so real. It's ridiculous because they don't want you to immortalize these people, but you're making films about them. What does that do? Immortalize them.
Oh god.
It puts a light on their stuff. But then they'll say like people need to.
It's also demand as well. It's great demand.
Well, that's my whole point. But they're sitting there saying like, oh, we shouldn't do this, but you don't mind telling us about World War II in our history books and all this other stuff, and you keep saying, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. Now, granted, it's a split debate. I'm not gonna say everybody's on it, but then if you're okay with that, but if you're okay with the film and all that stuff, you shouldn't be getting mad at people for going to see it. Because it's about a certain individual and telling the story, but then people saying you're immortalizing them. Well, at the same time, you're still going to watch them.
Now it'd be a problem if, like, okay, say Disney did a live-action Hitler film, and by the end of the film, Hitler adopts some Jewish kids and lives happily ever after.
He does actually. That's actually real. He does adopt a Jewish daughter, and she's called Daughter of the Fuhrer.
Okay,
which is
that's
real.
Okay,
that's a real thing.
But you get what I was kind of going for. Like if they tried.
Well, I don't think it was. I think our grandparents are Jewish. I don't know if she herself was Jewish, but yeah, that was.
Okay, but do you?
That actually wouldn't be inaccurate, unironically, Coy. That's the crazy thing. That's not.
Okay, okay.
It's weird. I know. I know. It's
okay.
Weird.
They end the Adolf Hitler movie by having Adolf start an orphanage for Jewish children.
But no. Now, if they ended it on that, because there was more to it than that. If they ended it on that and make it like that would be weird. It wouldn't be false, but they framed it in a way where it's like, oh look, he was sympathetic the whole time.
Right. That's exactly my issue with Maleficent. And
again, you could take something that's real, like Panda said, you could take something that's actually real and frame it in a way to try to make this character more sympathetic. But we don't want to be sympathetic. I want to understand her character because I like the character, but I don't want you to change her core character, I still want to be mad at this bitch because that's what made her such a good villain. She's a villain for a reason. I don't want to put her out of the villain log and put her into the misunderstood log. No, keep her where she's at. Like
honestly,
I want Maleficent to say the same. I want Ursula.
Like, honestly, you could have kept some of the stuff in Maleficent. Like, maybe she still lost, like, got her wings stolen. It made her bitter and resentful, and she...
I'm not saying they can't have tragedy happen to them. Again, Anakin was still a villain at his core. Yes, he was misunderstood and had to fall, but Vader was still a fucking villain. Like, Vader, we still know Vader was a villain. But we also know the tragedy of his backstory and when some of the decisions happened.
The only way I'm really okay with Maleficent is if I just look at it as, like, an Elseworld story, I guess. Because otherwise it does just irk me the wrong way.
It doesn't irk me, so to speak, because the way they did it was interesting. I'm not going to say I enjoyed it. It was like one of the greatest things. I was kind of in the middle with you, Cole. I was like, I see where you're coming from, but I see where Panda was coming from.
Like, okay, I'll say this. I enjoyed the film after, like, when I watched it. But it's one of those things where I go back to...
I think it's more I enjoyed the acting of...
It's the...
I think I really enjoyed her acting.
Well, that's actually why I even said earlier, like, Angelina Jolie couldn't, what was the movie she couldn't save, Panda?
Eternals.
And, like, hence, I was like, damn, she saved Maleficent.
I liked her.
I want to say again, you can't say save Maleficent. Maleficent never needed saving, but she did a good job, I'd say.
She definitely was the perfect... I will say, Oh, sorry.
Even Emma Stone killed it at Gorilla. And Glenn Close was actually on the set.
That is something I will give both Maleficent and Cruella de Vil, the movies. The casting was spot on.
Yeah.
Like, Angelina Jolie had the cheekbone... Like, she had the cheekbones for Maleficent, let's be real.
Dude, you came in as a wolf. What the hell?
I did?
I think...
you were a wolf when you got in the car.
Coy, did you know that those cheekbones are actually prosthetic?
Really?
Yeah, they actually put prosthetic on her face to make her cheeks...
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Regardless, she still did a pretty damn good job.
Abridge
why?
It wasn't my fault. But no, as far as like the story goes, I was not a fan.
Story-wise, I wasn't a fan either.
You crashed right into the why though?
If you don't get off my back. Hey, bitch! Hey, hold on! Come here! Let me! Ah!
But yes, the casting they did for both movies was fantastic.
Like, honestly, if I were personally to make a Maleficent movie, and they really did want to go like a Fall from Grace kind of story, like
they shouldn't touch. They need to stop touching the fucking crow. Leave it alone. They're trying to make another one right now, and it's like, you're not gonna beat that. You're not gonna beat 1994's Crow. You tried 3 times and sucked.
I heard about that.
Let it go.
Like, you know,
God damn.
Like, but
wait. Can somebody refresh my memory on that movie? I forgot what Crow was.
Brandon Lee's character, the Crow.
Yeah,
you know, it's a shame that his best film was his last film, and it was his breakout film, which is immortalized again. And by the way, it was done through the fucking Time Warner share because they didn't want to make any more. They didn't promote it well because they didn't think it was going to do well. Which, unironically, is like with Cast No Dance. Cast No Dance underperformed well because the Time Warner share. They did lack of promotion of it, and they think it wasn't going to do well, even though it's one of the most underrated, best animated films, non-Disney films you'll ever see.
I need to watch that film again.
And then, unironically, Coy, they scrapped it for Iron Giant, which guess what? They didn't promote that well. And guess what happened to it? It didn't do well. Until later.
Iron Giant is an absolute gem, and I will fight anyone
Same
on
thing with Cast No Dance. They're both absolute gems, but they were both under promoted.
Okay, quick question.
And that's why they didn't do well.
This might spark some...
And I will say this again, Coy. Darla Dimple is one of the best non-Disney films you will ever see. She's basically Shirley Temple if she was evil. From the animation expressions to fucking, what's his name? Max, this hulking, big-ass fucking butler that just steals the show along with her, who's basically an extension of her evilness. She's
You know what their dynamic kind of reminds me of? Yzma and Kronk. Kinda,
but Yzma ain't got, in terms of villainy, Yzma ain't got shit on Darla. Darla is like her dude. It's her facial expressions. Like the animation is so good.
For sure.
What they do with her facial expressions,
I need to watch Cat.
Insane.
Can I watch? Is that on any of the streaming services?
Yeah, actually, if you want to stream, you can watch it right then.
What was it called? Hold on. What was it called?
Cats Don't Dance.
I'm not gonna say it delves in crazier when it comes to like discrimination like Zootopia, even though I don't even like Zootopia, but I think Zootopia did delve more into discrimination than Castle Dance, but it does a very good job at it, and it really sets the tone. Not to mention, again, animators who go on to do bigger and crazier stuff was crazy. Again, the film only, in my opinion, underperformed because Warner Brothers didn't think that films like that were going to do well, and then they did not market the film to what it should have been. I think it would have performed decently, actually. Then they scrapped it for The Iron Giant, which again, a film that was a hidden gem as well, but didn't perform well because they didn't promote it.
Okay,
lack of promotion.
Real quick, something I need to address in my chat. Because someone was like, I was wondering if they would make a Jekyll and Hyde movie. Funny you should say that, Dominic. I can't remember the company, but like 80s or 90s, they made an animated Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde film. Here you go.
I also got to get into the Warriors. Like I said, I always said the Warriors and the Warriors video game, which came out 20 years later by Rockstar Media, has to be one of the best adaptation video games that expands on the entire story of the Warriors from the 70s. I was blown away. The movie itself is great, but then you had the video game, which gives you parts you see before you go to the meeting, and then during, and then after. It's so good.
But yeah,
it was made 20 years after the movie came out, with the original actors, by the way, voicing the characters.
But yeah, for those wondering, the link I just shared in chat, that is a link to the animated Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde film. It's an interesting watch.
Anybody ever see Atlantis?
The Lost
Atlantis
Empire? Hell yeah.
It's great. Atlantis is great. Atlantis, Sinbad, like those are some hidden gems right there. Like,
yeah.
And it's Anastasia.
I'm not gonna lie, Eris.
Eris can get it in every. She was one of my favorite villains, and she did it because she was bored. Again, you see what I mean? What if they took Eris's character and made her fucking different? Don't you touch her. She is perfect, and do not give her. She doesn't need backstory. She doesn't need a reason. Again, she was fucking bored.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is, I can use her as the best example there, right there, Panda. Would you really want anything changed about her?
No.
Does she need to be a sympathetic villain? She does not.
Oh.
Again, why? Because she has an amazing evil personality. I don't want her to be like, oh, it turns out the gods rejected her, and yet I don't want that. Nah, I'm good. I'll
just say this: Eris was one of those female characters that helped me go through puberty sooner.
She made a lot of girls lesbian. I'm telling you that much. I had a lot of friends that told me they were questioning their sexuality when she came on to play.
With Eris?
Yeah.
I actually did the same.
Yeah, I believe you. I have a lot of female friends that were saying like, yeah, she was one of the first.
She was one of the first.
Yeah, Eris helped me go through puberty even quicker.
So that's one of the best examples I can give you right there. She don't need no fucking tragic backstory. She doesn't need no understanding.
Not to mention just her animation, like the way they did her hair and like her movement.
Well, animation back then, like I said, I can just talk about how people animated stuff back then. It's a lost art, and it's so tragic that now everybody wants to go to 3D shit. And again, I'm not saying I don't enjoy 3D, but there's nothing like that 2D animation that just gives you that how they do it. 3D animation does things in a way that 2D can't, and 2D can do things in a way that 3D can't. Yeah. I was okay when both were at harmony at being equal. Like, you got some 3D animation every now and then, you got 2D animation. Now it's just everybody's 3D animation.
You know the most unrealistic part of Sinbad?
What?
That Sinbad was never interested in trying to smash with Eris. Just saying.
I'm not saying. Well, actually, no. I agree. Fuck that. Yeah, I agree. What the fuck's wrong with you, Sinbad? You cute, but you ain't that cute, bitch. Girl, you capping. You want that Sinbad D? She was capping too. To be fair, she was capping too.
Bruh, if Eris had asked a bridge to steal that book for her, he would.
In a heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat. I want to be made a god like you, and I want to be your underling, and I get free pull every night, or at least whenever I ask for. That's all I require. Fuck
guys, make some fan art for that.
No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a comic dub out of it. I'm gonna I'm gonna make a comic dub out of that shit.
We forgot.
I'm gonna have.
You know what'd be funny? It's like Eris is like, okay, I require a task of you. Before she can even tell him what it is, he's just like, okay, done. Wait, what?
It's gonna be a short one. It's not gonna be like a long one. It's gonna be like a short one. Like,
I could just see that Eris is like, I didn't even tell you what you're gonna. It doesn't matter. I'll do it. I
It's
want
just
you
to
to
find
still.
the right. It's not like getting the comedy made. It's not gonna be an issue. It's finding the right actor. They have to have that. They have to have that personality. Because
Right.
I'm very picky when it comes to my actor.
E.
And I know a lot of good people who are good at their craft. But man, if they can do that, I mean, I found a Raven VA, so we'll see.
I could also see it too. Like Eris is just confused. Like a Bridge agrees so willingly, so she decides to fuck with him. She's like, "Okay, I want you to go fight Kratos from God of War." Bridge is like, "When and
Yes!
where?"
I don't know who Kratos is, but he's about to go for a ride.
Jessica Rabbit.
I
Oh,
was
that was
never
my- that
that
was-
into her, if I'm being
That
honest.
was my main bitch. That was my main girl. First of all, I got love just because she's loyal to a T. It pisses me off that she's loyal to a T. One of those kids like, cheat on this fucker, goddammit. Even I don't hate Roger Rabbit neither. I'm just jealous. I'm just hating. I'm just hating.
That speaks volumes when you make a Bridge jealous of a fucking rabbit.
Man, Roger got it too good. That's one of the things like, man, god damn it, what the fuck did he got I ain't got?
The detective the detective, like, what do you see in this guy?
I mean, Roger Rabbit's a good dude. I ain't gonna lie, he a good dude. But god damn, man,
Let's be honest. If a Bridge could, he would frame Roger Rabbit in a heartbeat if he thought that would open.
I probably would. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened to your husband? I just can't imagine.
Slap.
Let me just, because. She'd be a disrespect for wearing that outfit and that voice, dude. She's so good that real people want to fuck her in the real world. And by the way, the only animated show to have Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse together.
Yeah, I would love to see a modern day thing with those two. Just how's Pixar?
Yeah, but it had the
saving
original.
you?
But it had the original actors though.
True.
No. The original Bugs Bunny died in 1989.
Yeah,
When did Who Framed Roger Rabbit come out?
1988. 1989.
Oh no, then it probably had the original Bugs Bunny then.
Yeah, how's Pixar saving
'Cause
your
he died
ass
that
this?
year.
How's Pixar saving your ass this time, Mickey? Suck my enchanted balls. I feel like that's a conversation behind the scenes with those two.
I have a spare, but I don't think you want it.
Oh, I can get some serious like shooting time up here.
Okay. So something I saw recently. I don't know if either of you watched Josh Scorcher.
I don't know. No.
He was going through like the top 10 most disturbing animated deaths. The fucking shoe in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
That
that's
was
a good
so
one.
sad.
And
That's
that
a
was
good
not paint. I don't care.
That was
They-
not paint.
They
no.
knew what they were doing.
Well,
Of
they
course.
were doing a lot of things that kids can't even notice.
You know.
Okay, they got away with a lot.
Like that. Like
All right, Corey. So this is what we should do. We should watch after your stream. We should watch Casto Dance, and I want to watch The Warriors. I think those are. If I was gonna get those two films. I mean, again, if you haven't seen The Crow, we could watch that. It's so good too. It's just such a good. Again, you watch that film, you say, oh, so this is where Heath Ledger got his idea for the Joker from.
let's see.
It's pretty fucking obvious where he got
let's see.
that from.
Dominic said, "Hey Koi, imagine Yang in Jessica Rabbit's outfit." Okay, hold on. I need to make a message to Goosey real quick.
Don't worry.
Who do you think is the worst hero, Omni-Man or Homelander?
Homelander, duh. That's an easy
No,
one.
Omni-Man fucking had no problem smashing his son into a bunch of civilians like it wasn't shit.
Yeah, but at least he didn't he could have. At least he felt bad about it later. Homelander has no remorse.
Homelander
That's
is
true.
Homelander.
But
is,
I would say he's more brutal. Omni-Man's more brutal.
Homelander is a bad seed.
Well, honestly, they're pretty evil. They're both pretty bad heroes. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
No,
at
I
least
mean,
Omni-Man
Homelander-
has
what I
some
mean is-
dimensionality to his character. Homelander is just evil through and through.
What I mean by Homelander is he doesn't give a fuck who he
That's
goes
true.
after.
That's true. All right, I'll concede. I concede.
He killed a kid.
I mean,
I
hell,
mean, so
like,
Omni-Man.
I mean,
but-
no. I mean in the sense of he threw a fucking kid off a roof and killed him.
wait, are you talking about like the girl who was wanting to commit suicide, and then he's like, "You should jump."
He pushed her off the roof and fell on her face.
I mean, he did her a favor.
Bruh!
He did her a favor.
What? He just helped him get there.
That's the thing, though. She changed her mind. He was like, "You should jump." She's like, "Actually, I don't think I want to anymore." Then he's like, "I'm not giving you an option."
That
Yeah.
wasn't a favor.
No take backsies.
That was not a
Needed the
favor.
reverse Udo card on her.
Motherfucking abridge. He did her son of a.
He did her a favor. That's messed up.
Hey, don't talk that shit. Won't be no shit.
Bruh.
You was guessing.
Remember, he also melted his lover or supposed lover to a crisp after she betrayed him.
I mean,
Dude,
some could argue that. Some could argue
Omni-Man
that's a
and-
little more justified at the very least. At least that person did something to earn getting vaporized.
August was
it was
when he
right
killed
on
her.
her face. Started with her face all the way down.
You know, what did that Suicide Kid ever do to Omni-Man or Homelander?
He was capping.
Bruh.
I think I want to change my mind. So now don't you be weak on me now.
Abridge, you would be a terrible superhero.
No, I would not. I'm just a realist. Keeps it real.
Homelander cares about his freaking image. It's true.
Like, maybe his son, but that's about it.
Maybe.
Spoilers aside.
Even then, he pushed his son off a roof.
Spoilers aside, he did fuck around with the protagonist.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
I mean, there is a bit of a tragic element to Homelander. I'm not going to deny that. The fact he was raised in a lab, was constantly tortured and experimented on, and deep down,
that's the point. Maybe that's what made his mind what it was.
Right.
He was a bad product.
The thing he wants
basically
the most...
he's a byproduct. He's not responsible for what he became. Now he could say you are what you made me.
He didn't just wake up one day and said, I want to be dad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just, yeah, he grew up in a very fucked up situation, and like, even to this day, what he really wants is people to adore and admire him.
And remember, this was all before the
he just wasn't taught on how.
Like, hell, they actually add to that. I don't know if you guys have seen the animated, the Diabolical series.
No.
Like, he tries to do good. He legit tries to be good, but he's bad at it. Like, he tries to, like, use heat vision on a guy's gun, but then the gun explodes and kills the person that kills the hostage.
So basically he's Hancock.
Like, he was trying to do good.
So he's basically Hancock. But Hancock eventually succeeded. He just didn't.
Like,
every weapon ever
one more time.
Every weapon ever invented can't do shit against Homelander.
Who does that remind you of? Who did they base that off of?
I wonder.
Well, let's be honest. Yeah, like...
Again, at least with Hancock, he's a drunk superhero. I can subscribe to that. You gotta watch Hancock.
I've seen Hancock. Yeah, that's a fun...
That was one of Will Smith's...
a long time ago.
I didn't care for the chick in Hancock. I thought she was kind of
Annoying.
I thought with her, like, the second half, they, like, really... Like, it's like the first half and the middle half was good. The third act was, yeah, I didn't really care for that. I'm gonna shove your head up his ass. Like, my thing is, he's in prison willingly, guys. Why would you step to this man? He went to prison willingly.
That's always a funny thing to me, is when, like, there's always that character, it's like, why would you do anything to mess with him?
And
like,
you know that dude's gonna die. Your head was shoved up a man's rectum. There's no breathing. You're dead.
Like, another great example, Kratos. Like, you know, in the original God of War trilogy, Kratos, like, you know, he has his objectives and stuff. He will try to walk past people, and then they'll get up in his face, and it's like, why would you do that? Why would you get up in this man's face?
He will fuck your bitch. Get the fuck out of his face.
Like Icarus. Icarus is a great example. Kratos is trying to cross this bridge. Icarus is rambling. Kratos walks past him. Icarus gets all uppity and in his face, and it's like...
No, first of all, Icarus wouldn't do that. He would try to defend Kratos. Icarus is a good boy.
Well, this is an old, insane Icarus.
Well, first of all, Icarus wouldn't do. He is a good boy. You leave him out of this. Leave somebody who's more cocky, like Vegeta. Goddamn, put Vegeta in. And yes, Kratos is that fucking strong, where he can fucking one-shot Vegeta.
Okay, so, I'm not sure about... Well...
I'm sure about that. Depends on which lore you're using, but I'm using the lore where he fucking bitch-slapped all the fucking gods. Like, I'm talking about Emperor Thanos. Wouldn't even fuck with him. Well, no, Emperor Thanos actually, it would be a challenge. But Marvel movie Thanos wouldn't do shit.
Yeah, but like the version
with
of
his
Icarus...
little fucking godness ain't doing shit.
But yeah, the version of Icarus in God of War was like old and insane and getting up in Kratos' face.
That is kind of funny. I lost Gohan. I lost everybody. Fuck you, a baldy. You look like that bald motherfucker who I pissed off.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harley Quinn versus what's her face?
Jinx?
No, the other clown girl. What was her name?
Domino?
From Phoenix, right?
Ah, shit. What was her name?
What, Domino?
She's Joker's second girlfriend.
Oh.
I'm
was her
not
name?
really up to date with
I don't know. Anyway,
Punchline.
Cole, let me know we really watched those movies. I'm done.
Punchline.
All right. Doesn't look like anybody's donated, unfortunately. Tell you what, guys, I'll give you guys a few minutes. Well, no, nobody's gonna donate. It's whatever. All right.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just wrap up. All right. Yeah, I should go eat anyways. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. And, of course, a thank you to my co-hosts. Guys always make this fun because I have people to play with. And I do plan on bringing back the Stream of War streams. I'm going to stream through all the God of War games, get caught up to Ragnarok. Let's see. No one on the YouTube side. So I will send you guys... let's see. Looks like Coda is streaming some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So let's send you guys his way. And y'all be safe out there. Be good people. Panda, Abridge, anything YouTube would like to say?
Leave a subscription. Leave a follow.
All right then. Until next time, guys. Peace out and peace off.